Going hot. What's going on, everybody? We are back. You see it. Happy Saturday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Got the morning cup of Joe or Joanne. It's more like an afternoon cup of Joe or Joanne. My apologies is to you. Had a couple things, man. Had to eat something, obviously. Got to take care of me. Got to be nourished. But also, there's a lot of stuff going on today. That's just how it is. And plus, I'm working throughout the weekend. So, sometimes you got deadlines and stuff. Everybody's got to, all hands on deck. So, just a lot going on this weekend. If there was ever a weekend for me not to do this show, it'd probably be this weekend. But nah, man, I enjoyed talking and chopping it up with everybody. So the show must go on. All right. Let's do this. Let's make sure we're straight over here. Boom. Okay. I think we're looking good over here. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Appreciate y'all. Salute. Pew 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 pew. All that good stuff. Also, shout out to everybody that may be tuned in on Facebook and also, obviously, the YouTube folks. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what's going on with the Chizat. Let me make sure that 1 second, guys. This may flip off. There we go. All right. To make sure that the wired connection was rocking, because sometimes that Wi-Fi be taking over. No bueno. Anyway, shout out to everybody. You know how it is, man. We got another day, another Saturday. The weather is weird as hell sometimes. Right now, East Coast weather we got going on right now. It is currently 54 degrees. A couple minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago, it was 57 degrees. But it's a weird day, so I wouldn't go out and get crazy with it, because the temperature is steadily dropping over here in the East, especially in the New York area. So yeah, it still says there's a chance of rain up until 6 p.m., but I don't know. Anyway, if you want to plan your schedules accordingly, there you go. Don't go out there thinking it's summer right now. It's sweet right now. It's sunny and it's 54, but in a couple hours you can be like, why is it 44? And then by 4 or 5 o'clock it's 34. Like, what's going on here? Anyway, so salute to everybody. Be safe out there. Walter Blackman, always good to see you, my brother. He's good morning, Ron. Hope you and your family are doing well and staying warm today. Thank you, brother. Trying, man, trying. My guy, Shop Powers, salute. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Please, guys, always, as I say all the time, man, support the content creator, man. Support Shop Powers, my guy Divine, Knicks Real Talk on YouTube. Please show them some love. Knicks Real Talk. My guy Double A in the building. Salute, Big Ron, ready to kick it today. Hope you got space for your boy this week, because I'm sizzling. Oh, okay, Double A. He's got something to talk about today. Okay, my brother. Let's see. What up, Pudge? Knicks are nice in the building. He says no Murray deal. Knicks waiting for Booker this summer. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I told them. Cash rules everything. No, I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm not talking about Booker. Would I want Booker on the Knicks? Of course. I don't know how I feel about the Knicks waiting for a particular person in a particular time period. Let me tell you how many times that has worked. Knicks waiting for a particular person at a particular time period. Once. One time it's worked, guys. one time, and that person was Jalen Brunson. Everybody else the Knicks have targeted, I don't care what regime it is, never worked out. By the time the Knicks wanted to go after that person signed an extension with the team that they were on, or somebody else swooped in and took the person right out up under their nose, or the person didn't want to come to the Knicks, you know what I mean, and just basically took the Knicks out of the running. So the Devin Booker thing, I don't know, man. Like I said, he would be a good, or actually probably a perfect fit for this offense because he could go get his own. It don't matter. You already know that he can play with another star. I don't know if he can play with 3 stars like what's going on in Phoenix, but he would be a really good fit. It's just the problem is you can't just go get him right now, and you got to wait until he's available. And we've seen how that's worked, man. Look, as good as the Knicks may want to look, as attractive as they're starting to look to other players and around the league, there's other teams that are attractive as well. Like Miami is an incredible destination for somebody, and Miami is always looking for another star. They haven't been able to get one because they've been in a situation too. When they try to go after a guy, somebody else beats them to it, or something else doesn't happen. But it's not like nobody wants to go to Miami. That's different. See, everybody has Miami on their list. It's just maybe they choose something else. Maybe they stay where they're at, or maybe there's more money somewhere else. The Knicks don't have that luxury. The Knicks aren't on everybody's list. We're on some people's list. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I just don't trust the Booker thing. I'm a little worried about that. That Booker thing falls right in line with all the other stars that we thought we might be able to have a chance at. We thought we had a chance at Embiid, right? Because he was a little disgruntled. Now it looks like Embiid is hands off. He ain't gonna go nowhere, right? We thought we might have had a chance, a slim, very slim chance with the Joker. It's like, because his contract was going to be coming up. What happened? He got extended immediately, and then they won the championship. Joker's off the table. You know what I mean? Let's go back further. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, every time these guys come up for a time that you think you can go after them, it hasn't worked. Which kind of makes you think about something way back when, people were going crazy and being really upset with how we've got Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean? Because we could have got him at the end of the season, yet we traded for him. Listen, sometimes you got to go get the guy when you can get the guy. Was it the best move? No. Did it, deplete us a little bit? Yes, because he didn't have a lot of people to play with. But I mean, in hindsight, after a couple years after that trade, I mean, where were those guys? Look at what they did. Moskov won a championship as a complimentary piece, but a lot of these guys didn't really pan out to do a lot in the league, and they're not even in the league. So, it is what it is. All right, that's enough. That's it. I got enough of that comparison there. But listen, if the Booker stuff materializes, I'll be really happy with it. I just don't trust it. Now, Knicks are nice. Knicks looking at Gafford and Tyus Jones. Listen, I know some people may not see it. You may not want to believe it. I personally like Gafford and Denny Advija or Advia or Adviji. I don't know how to say it. But really, this is the better move. But I like Denny because I just think Denny's a fighter. He's got some really good defense. He's got good height, and he can score. But yeah, Gafford and Tyus Jones would probably be the perfect fit for the Knicks. It gives you the backup center that you want, a backup defensive center who is a demon when it comes to blocking shots. It gives you some insurance in case Mitch don't come back. It also gives you more height because we need more height. And then the Tyus Jones thing. Tyus Jones, you guys already know this. I think in the Knicks community, we've talked about it multiple times. Tyus Jones has the best assist to turnover ratio in the entire NBA. Like, yes, of course, he's not perfect. Will he have turnovers in a game? Yeah. But if you look over the lifespan of his NBA career and each season, he usually the assist to turnover ratio is ridiculous. So he makes really good decisions with the basketball, and he can score a little bit. Even in the game against the Knicks, when we played them the other day, people were really watching him just to see, is this a guy like we could really use on the team? And a lot of people were saying negative things like, I mean, he didn't look that special. But listen, in the end of the game, he finished with 11 points and 8 assists. Would we want that coming off our bench? Damn Skippy. And he plays good defense, for his size. It is what it is. He's a little undersized as well. But that's not the point. That's not the reason why we get him. We get him because we need somebody who can be a good ball handler, a good orchestrator on the court, and he can knock down an open shot. He's got experience too. He's been in tough situations. So yeah. Dwayne Dennis in the building. Salute. What's good? Let's see here. He says, "What up? What's up, Ron and SKF chat? We need to get these next 4: Grizzlies, Magic, Wizards, Rockets. We need another a winning streak." Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. These are really important. There's no reason why we shouldn't win these games. I know the Grizzlies, you never know what you're going to get. It could be tough. The Magic is always tough, but the Knicks need to win this just to win it, to show themselves once again. Magic are a problem, but we can take care of them, to show the Magic that, you know what, you guys are a little bit of a problem, but we're going to take care of you, and to show the rest of the league, like, yeah, we know the Magic has been a tough matchup for us, but we got them. So, yeah, I agree with that. And the Wizards and the Rockets are sneaky good. So that's going to be a interesting game, but they got to take care of business. And the Wizards, I mean, we shouldn't even be talking about the Wizards. We should definitely be taking care of the Wizards. And, hopefully the trade happens somewhere around that time to make it convenient for the players involved. So I guess pencil that time around on your list, guys, because you never know, the trade could happen around the time we were about to play the Wizards. Or right after, Let's see. Dwayne Dennis says we need to stay with the pack. The Pacers and the Heat and Cavaliers keep winning and are playing well, and the Magic are always a tough game. Yes, exactly. Brooklyn Butch in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Hey, Geraldine McIver is in the building, folks. That's right. The first lady of Still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is in the building. What am I going to say? Go. Let's go. Yes. Always good to see Geraldine in the chat, man. I hope you're doing well, Geraldine. Salute and shout out to you and yours, and Happy New Year. I don't know if I've even seen you in the chat this year on the show. So Happy New Year. Okay. Inside Sources in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you as always. My guy Wiz BKLA in the building. He says, salute everyone. Let's hope Ron doesn't show his. Come on, man. You know what we do out here. First off, unfortunately, guys, I know it pains me, but I got to do it again. I've done it on other shows that I've seen Wiz in the chat, but oh boy. Wiz, you were right. You're the man. Deuce McBride is the man. You got it. You called it. You are the Swami, the Almighty. You guys remember last week, Wiz said that he said that Deuce was going to catch a dunk in the game, and Deuce caught a putback dunk in the game. I'm like, come on, man, whatever. Disgusting. What's life coming to? I got to salute and shout out freaking Wiz for being right about something. Now I know things are going downhill. Oh boy. Anyway. Andy International Andy in the building. Salute. What's going on, Andy? Appreciate you as always. Good to see you. Let's see. E. Gibson is in the building. Salute. I tend to agree. I don't see us making any major moves this season. I am always in favor of making improvements, though. Shout out to you, E. Gibson. I hear you, my brother. Knicks are nice says Knicks playing it safe. It's a contract year. Tyus Jones and Gafford as the bench. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a perfect listen for what the Knicks got, and it adds value to the team, and then doesn't disrupt the starters. I think that's the move, man. If that's the move that you can make, go make that move. And a perfect spot to jetson Fournier's contract. Wizards don't care; they're not going anywhere. Get that money off the books. Yeah, man. And maybe you don't have to, and that's another thing. You don't have to give up too many of your picks. You still have some picks there if you want to go after the star in the offseason, like we were talking about. E. Gibson said the Dallas loss was a tough. We need to bounce back. The ball movement was fantastic during the 5-game win streak. I see JB and Randall going more ISO when we struggle. Yeah, that's true. That is true. My guy, Mega NYK. What's good, Mega? Appreciate you as always, my brother. He says, salute. Good afternoon to my guy, Ron, and the chat. Animal Lex is in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. David Smith is in the building. Salute. What's good, brother? My guy, Rich Cologne, my brother, day one in the building. Salute to you, my bro. Hope you're doing good. Hope the family's doing good. Tell everybody I said hello whenever you see them, as always. D Coolest is in the building. Salute. What's good, brother? David Smith says Knicks lost lots of scoring in the OG Anunoby trade. RJ Barrett was fine to trade, but it was the IQ addition to the trade that hurt. Knicks got worse. If no other big moves, then team screwed. Well, I'm not going to go that far, David, but I hear what you're saying. They are definitely lacking some scoring, but I think it's just complimentary scoring. You know what I mean? I really think the issue that I don't have a problem with Brunson and Julius being the focal point of our offense, because they really are. I just have a little bit of an issue with them carrying the load and playing 34 plus minutes every night and expecting to put up really big numbers for us, because we're not getting it from other sources. So that's the problem, because they can do it, but can you do it night in and night out? That's going to be a lot for these two guys. So I just think we need, a little help with that. And you'd be surprised that even though we're talking about Gafford, who can't, the good thing about Gafford, he can score around the rim. All right. Yeah, he don't got that shot, but he can score around the rim, which is good. Right. Putbacks and little floater thing he got. I don't know his free throw percentage. I'll have to check that out. But Tyus Jones can score. You know what I mean? He's not an elite scorer, but he can score. He can put the basket, and sometimes he gets hot. And when he's hot, he knocks it down. There was a point where Tyus Jones was in the tops in the league in three-point shooting a couple years ago. I don't know where he's at now, but he can get hot. So Tyus Jones works. And the good thing about Tyus Jones, guys, is that he is a professional point guard, right? You say, well, I mean, okay, that's good, but we need the scoring. And his 11 points, whatever he's going to add to the game, isn't a game changer. But when he's out there in the court, because he's a professional point guard, he makes other guys' life easier. He gets guys open. He knows how to pass a guy open. We go back to this whole thing about just passing the ball to somebody, what a point guard does, dribble, drive, and dish, the 3 Ds. I always say that. Tyus Jones knows how to do all of that. And he knows how to pass the ball to an open spot to get you open. He knows how to lead you into your jump shot. You know what I mean? When guys want to pass at a certain spot so they can just go right up and shoot, Tyus Jones does all of that. And so that actually is a benefit to the scoring issue, because sometimes guys just don't know how to put themselves in the proper position, or other guys are not getting them in the proper position to get easy shots, or to get the ball where the guy likes it, to really get his follow through and get his shot going, for a la Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? So you'd be surprised how big of a difference Tyus Jones might help with the bench offense. And even if he had to start, like if we had Tyus Jones right now and Brunson is out for today's game, Tyus Jones fits right in. He may not give the scoring that Brunson gave, but as far as everything else, the assist, the controlling the game, yeah, Tyus Jones is a really good fit for that. So I think the Knicks have to go make that move, man. I don't know how else you go about it. You got to go get him. If that's because why not? You need something, that. And if you don't feel like there's a guy out there that you can make the move without really disrupting the team, like if you feel like going after DeJounte Murray is too much right now and he's not going to be happy and he's going to wind up wanting out, or you go after Donovan Mitchell, but Donovan Mitchell is going to upset too many things in the starting lineup and you don't have a real fix for what you need as far as having some defense and that scoring off the bench and the height, because you're going to have to give up. That's the thing. If we could get the Donovan Mitchell for a cheaper cost and still be able to add a big man or something like that to help us, I think the Knicks would do it. I think it's just they're going to have to give up so much capital to get Donovan Mitchell. They're not going to have enough to really do anything else after that. And then this is going to be the team. So you're still going to have a hole. Like, we're still going to be small. We're still going to need that backup center presence that we don't have. And we didn't get the exception for Mitch. So I think that's part of the reason why they're kind of like steering away from Donovan. So yeah, so that move that you brought up, Pudge, that they're thinking about, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. All right. Let me move on. Let's see here. Shout out to Walter Blackman. Thank you for the generous super chat, my brother. I appreciate you as always. You know what I mean? I just I don't know how much I can express to you that, I'm just happy and thankful that you tune into the show and you give super chats and you don't even put anything behind it. So I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with that if you want to put some words behind it, but I appreciate you for just doing it. You know what I mean? So thank you as always, Walter. Appreciate you, man. David Smith says, I have no faith in the front office. Oof. Man, David, come on, man. Every time we think, that's the thing about this front office. Every time we get really mad at them and we're like, what the hell are they doing? I mean, I'm talking about really mad. Shortly thereafter, a couple months or whatever, they make a move or do something that we're like, okay, all right, that might help us. And then we see it on the court and it starts to work. Listen, we're talking about this Knicks team, and we could see that there's a move that still needs to be made to kind of help solidify us because we still got some holes, right? But this Knicks team has improved. I can't agree with people that say the Knicks team is not better, because this Knicks team is better. Listen, we have a 5-game winning streak, and we lost the other day because of our effort in the first quarter. If our effort was the same effort we had for 4 quarters, we would have won that game, and it would have been a 6-game win streak, and people would still be on cloud 9 talking about maybe the Knicks are the best team in the NBA, which is ridiculous. I think you're going a little too far. The Knicks are one of the better teams in the NBA. I'll say that. I think there's a handful of teams maybe that are better than the Knicks, because I don't discount a team just because they're not playing well right now. Remember, guys, what happened with us. We started the season with the worst schedule in the league, back-to-backs everywhere. Then we had a really tough December. Actually, and I put the stat up, we had one of the as far as back-to-backs and playing against other good teams, we had the worst schedule in the entire NBA, right, for the month of December. December's passed. We in January. But what about the other teams? Maybe they're starting to have tough schedules. Maybe they're getting the back-to-backs. Maybe they're the people there. So don't shortchange them. Don't think just because you might not see Denver clicking right now or some other team, you can't discount those teams. They're just going through their own little bad run because their schedule may be picking up. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. All right, so back to it. Our future media in the building. Salute. Yes, I agree. Gafford is a good big. Yeah, man, because he makes life, listen, Gafford is a guy who knows, he has that instinct of knowing how to get rebounds. He's good at that. I'm not saying he's a great rebounder, but he's a good rebounder. And he is fantastic at blocking shots. Like his anticipation and timing, superb. Put that guy in the Knicks with the OG defense, with the way Hartenstein has been doing good on blocks and getting after it, bring him off the bench with Deuce and a Tyus. Well, yeah, I don't know how that Tyus Jones Deuce thing is going to work. Well, I don't know. But I'm sure Tibbs will find a way to kind of get Deuce involved somehow. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about the that may be tough because well, I guess not. I guess it's yeah, I guess it's okay. I guess it's fine. I guess you just put Deuce at the 2 guard, right? Which is weird, but I guess you just put Deuce at the 2 guard. Tyus would be the 1. You'll have Hart at the 3. Um, yeah. And then obviously Gafford will be at the 5 and the 4, who knows what he's going to do there. He might have Julius out there, here and there or whatever. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting thing. I don't know what he's going to do there. But yeah, I guess that's how they're going to have to do it. No, what am I bugging? I forgot about Grimes. My bad, guys. Yeah, I don't know about Deuce, folks. Ugh. Doesn't look good if Tyus Jones comes here. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, Deuce, but I don't see it. Lion of Judah is in the building. Shalom, my brother Ron, and blessings to all in the chat. Good afternoon. Shalom to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Peace and blessings to you as well. Let me get through this. Darren Wilkinson, salute. Appreciate you. Damn it. That was a mistake, man. Should have got some water. Should have got some water. Unbelievable. I'll learn. One day I'm gonna learn, man. I just love, I gotta have that coffee. It's not good. Anyway, so this would be a perfect day to rest Brunson. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. If I find out Brunson's playing, I'm gonna be mad because there's no reason for Brunson to play. The Knicks have enough talent out there that they should be able to beat the Memphis Grizzlies if Bane, Morant, and Smart are out. No Steven Adams for the year. They should be able to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. So if they feel like, and this is like, it's one of those things where I'm wanting the coaching staff, the organization to step in and stop a player, because Brunson is the type, he's a bulldog. If he feels like he can make it work, he'll try to make it work. No, don't make it work. This is one of those you sit out. I know it's an important game as far as, the Knicks want to win. I think the Knicks can win without Brunson tonight. Let Brunson sit, man. Because let me tell you something. Brunson goes out there and he injures his whatever calf even worse. Then I don't care how good and how fun it's been watching OG here. I might start flaming the whole organization, flaming Tom Thibodeau. That might be enough for me to say that he got to get out of here. That's like, because this is idiotic to me. If you already know all these people are out, your team is one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. I know Brunson is a big part of that, but you got Julius Randle, you got OG Anunoby, you got other guys on this team, Dante DiVincenzo, Quentin Grimes, guys who can step up and give you some points. You should be able to beat the Memphis Grizzlies without all these other guys that they are missing. It's ridiculous to me. All right, I'm done. All right, Louisiana Knicks is in the building. Salute. What's good, Louisiana Knicks? Salute to you as always. Appreciate you. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. Frank Matos, used to call him Sasso, in the building. We want Murray. I hear you. Let me see here. Hey, oh, wait. Am I muted? Why am I muted and it doesn't show that I'm muted? Am I still muted? Can you guys hear me? Hold on, I gotta check. That's stupid because I'm looking at, you guys can't see my screen, but on my screen, it doesn't show that I'm muted. Now, I went to go press it before I started to clear my throat, but it shows that it's not muted. Hold on. Oh my God. I just went on a whole little thing, a whole little rant for nothing. Let me check something here, guys. Sorry. Let's see here. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. The checker. Right. Yeah. Looks like I'm back. That's so stupid, man. StreamYard. Yeah, I'm one of those people, man. I'm always trying to get everything better. I be in those StreamYard meetings. They be having like things. They be having StreamYard town hall meetings every Sunday to kind of tell what the new stuff is that's coming to StreamYard. As a content creator, a lot of us use StreamYard. So I'll be in there making suggestions. Hey man, how about this? Or what about this? We need this. Yeah, man. They got to get it together. If I press the mute button, it should mute and I should see that it's mute, not fake mute that it looks like it's not muted, but I am muted. What the hell's going on? All right, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. But listen, if you ever wondered what I could do in another life, you saw my mime talent. Huh? How was that? You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm done. Okay. Let's see. Back to it. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about it, Frank. I mean, I think people want Murray, but they're just worried about what Murray will bring to the table if he'll disrupt things because he wants to be the guy. That's what it is. Damn. Double A gave me a super chat to let me know I'm muted. Appreciate you, Double A. All right, guys. I think I've said enough. All right, you know what I mean. I appreciate all y'all. Parish Duggar, thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Salute to you, Parish. Shaw Legacy in the building. Salute. Thank you. Jigga Man, what's good? Yeah, I was doing my little my silent morning there for the old freestyle fans. Y'all know what that is. Silent morning. Hey, I wake up in your. All right, I'm done. Ron talking in a different language. Thank you, Fly God. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I couldn't stop myself because I didn't know I was on mute. It's ridiculous. Okay. Oh, this show is great. Ugh. Man, this is funny. You guys are the greatest, man. Shout out to Ruben Nunez. Appreciate you, man. Down. William Luca Jr. was good. I appreciate you, man. Jammin' Jet in the building. Appreciate you, bro. My lip reading isn't good. Oh, man. To Die For is in the building. Salute. I can read lips, so I hear you right. Oh, yeah. You know, facts. You see me? I was out there spitting fire, B. Oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah. Now I don't even remember what the hell I said, Parrish. Oh, I'm sick. Whatever. It don't matter. Let's get into the show, man. Let's put this link out there for the peoples. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit the intro. Let's get it cracking. I don't even know what the hell happened there. That's a sign. That's it. Your monologue is over, Ron. Yo, I'm so pissed, man. Oh my God. Yeah, but you know what? This is good. Maybe I should do that every so often so you see my passion. You see where what it's all about. Captain is in the building. I see you, Captain. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm Ron speaking that new Espanol that was introduced to the world a couple of minutes ago. Oh my God. Yeah, I was on one right there. Thank you, Tom from Huntington. I appreciate you. Wayne Peterson. Thank you. Yeah, man. Hidalgo. So thanks, bro. So I'm going down. Like you see, I was going through the whole comments all this time, but I was on one for a minute there. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, the super chat is phenomenal. I appreciate it, man. And actually, you know what? He actually has given me super chats like this in the past, man. So I really appreciate him. And I don't know if it was him or someone else gave me a yuck one time. Yeah, it was one of these days. I mean, I was going through a tough time with the healthcare stuff, and I think someone did that, and I really appreciate it. I don't know if it was him or not, but if it was him, appreciate you, my brother. But yeah, it was really, really wild. That was unbelievable. Yeah, that's what you know what? I think that's what it was, bro. I think all of a sudden, microphone stopped, working. You broke it. You broke the bike. Oh man. Damn it. I'm talking like, yo, freaking Double A had to send me a super chat to let me know. Y'all over here, y'all plotting to send him a super chat to get like, yo, this is crazy. Golly, yo. All of this time I was muted. Are you kidding me? Come on. You guys, I mean, I know you probably don't believe me, but I swear to you, if you looked at my screen to see what I see as a content creator, my mute button, when it's mute, it turns red. It's white. I didn't even know it. I mean, I pressed it like I said, but then when I looked, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm good. But it was muted the whole time. It's nuts. I see you, Double A. I know. Looks like Double A's trying to join the panel, but he might be having some issues backstage. But once you get it right, you on the show, my brother. Oh my God, has it been that long? Jesus, this is crazy, bro. Now I'm pissed. I'm upset. Wait, I'm not still muted now. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I already checked, but now, looking at all these damn comments, I'm starting to just playing with my emotions right now. I'm like, yo, this is nuts. Oh man. You know what? I'm out of here. This show's over, guys. I can't believe I was muted all this time. I'm out. Peace out. No, I'm just joking. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's upsetting. Will Salkin in the building. Salute. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. He says, salute, Big Ron. Totally agree on Brunson sitting. Yeah, man. I just think that's the smart move to do. It doesn't make sense to why are you pushing your limits for no reason? Okay. All right. It's about 7 minutes. That's still too long for me. In content creation world, that's like forever. You know what I mean? Imagine listening to a radio show and not hearing nothing for 7 minutes. That's an eternity. God, at least it's visual, so at least you can see I was spitting hot fire. I mean, I said some of the coldest things you ever heard any content creator say in your life. You know what I mean? So sorry y'all missed it. Feel me? That's the story I'm going with. Uh, thank you. Thank you for the generous super chat. The art man, formerly known as Steve, he said, Ron, I just watched you speak for 5 minutes and didn't hear a goddamn thing. Shouts out to the chat for trying to get your attention. Oh my God, man. Unbelievable. Julu Caesar in the building. What's good? Peace, peace, peace. Salute Ron in the chat. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all. Let me see. Double A. I don't know. Are you good? I don't know. Or maybe you know what? If your camera's giving you a problem, you should probably if you're on your computer, restart your computer. Or if you're on your phone, I don't know, restart your phone and then try again. Because that may be the issue. Why if your camera's not working. Let's see. Old Soul Chief in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Let me see. Okay, Hidalgo Soul. Yeah, man. Finally. I don't know what the hell happened there. That's nuts. Unbelievable. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm talk about Parrish, my hidden talent. Y'all didn't know. Spitting that hot fire, B. If lip syncing was a thing, I can make bank. You know what I mean? Milli Vanilli who? The new Knicks City and Squad is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Let me see. Ivory 10 is in the building. Yeah, man. Damn it, bro. Oh man, unbelievable. It's ridiculous. James Jones is in the building. He said Spider comes at a big cost. Who are you giving up? That's the thing. I think that's why the Knicks are kind of like you know what? Let's take a beat. Let's relax. Let's take a look at everything we got going on and see where we go from here. What up, Glamour Knicks? Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you as always. Good to see you. Hey, Glamour Knicks was at the Dallas game live, and she got to witness that horrible first quarter, but she also got to witness the incredible comeback that we almost made. So shout out to you, Glamour Knicks. Uh-oh. What is it, Frank Matos? I don't know. What is it? Because now I'm on alert, man. When people be like saying stuff in the chat, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? No, I didn't see. Did he look good? He must have got busy, huh? Yeah, Hidalgo. Yeah, this show, is definitely gonna go down in the books. I'll refer to this. This is kind of one of those shows you tell the future content creators. Yeah, I remember this one time I was spitting hot fire, and I was on mute for like 7 minutes. Oh man, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do this. I'm gonna put the link back in the thing just in case it goes away once Double A tries to get back. And obviously, anybody else who wants to join the show, you are always welcome. And put the link back in there. I'm gonna hit the intro, and I'm gonna just start chopping it up and get into the regularly scheduled programming. So let's do that. We'll be right back after this. Oh, yeah, I'm back. Getting my little two-step, my little boogie on. You know how it is. And shout out to everybody on Facebook tuning in. Salute, appreciate y'all. You're definitely welcome to come over to YouTube and watch the show. It might be a better viewing experience for you, but I appreciate y'all tuning in on Facebook. But definitely Instagram peeps. If anybody's viewing on Instagram, shout out to all y'all. My guy Kent over there, I see you. Social media in the building. Knicks News, salute to you. Hi 926-8763. Hi. Got you all in check. Victor, my guy Victor, appreciate you. L Train, what's good, my brother? Thank you. I appreciate that. He said that's a nice hat. Thank you, bro. And New York Knicks Central, appreciate you as well. Listen, if you guys are tuned in on Instagram, please feel free to come on over to YouTube. I don't necessarily know how long the Instagram video will stay up because Instagram has its own limits. Sometimes it enforces them, sometimes it doesn't. But that way, if you want to see the show in its entirety, come on over to YouTube, where you have more features as well. You can, like the show, you can comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hey, there he is. See, listen, he took my advice. There you go. All right, let me bring my guy up here. Damn it, Wiz. Wiz always got those one-liners that you're like, oh man, dirty. He's like, too bad we can't mute your dance moves. What you talking about? You know when I get busy. Hey, you ain't ready. I'm in a good mood today. Leave me alone, Wiz. Andy said, I think Instagram cuts it after the 5th minute of being muted. Everybody got jokes today, man. Hey, what up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. Having some technical difficulties over here.
It's one of them days, bro. But, believe me, I understand.
Had to switch to the bat phone.
I hear you.
But while you was muted, I was playing Rapper's Delight, so it was flowing, bro. You was flowing, yeah. For all you old schoolers out there, yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So
you know how
doing,
it is.
Ryan?
Man, I can't complain. Brother? I mean, I'm okay. I mean, I can laugh it off now, but I'm a little upset inside that I was muted for that long. But we're okay. We'll get through it.
It's nothing but love, bro. Everybody.
If anything, you look at it like compare it to a turnover to assist ratio. I'm usually on for like 3 hours, so if I'm muted for 7 minutes or whatever, my assist to turnover ratio in time is actually pretty good. I'm still high, high level.
Commenting on what to keep the flow going on what you were talking about, Tyrus Jones. Tonight would be a great opportunity for Tibbs to find out if McBride can step up. You know what I mean? Just play him, start him, and see. Because look, we're not that far. We're pretty far from the end of the season, regular season. I mean, we're just about getting ready to be halfway or something. But we need to find out what we got. You know what I mean? But we got to ask yourself, you know, to trade for Tyrus Jones or not, do we need him or not? If Brunson went down for extended period of time, would you be happy with going with McBride for that period of time? I think that will give you the answer, especially if we're going for the chip. I mean, how many times do you hear ESPN panelists or NBA panelists talking about that we're a team to beat and that we can beat any team in the NBA, which I wholeheartedly believe now since the acquisition of OG, because I was one to be a downer, man. I was a downer for a minute. You know that because I was saying we were missing something, and finally Rose did it, and he got exactly what we needed.
Right.
It's good. I mean, he didn't plug the hole or anything. He waited and got what he needed, what exactly what we needed, what Tibbs needed.
Right.
And now I don't think the addition of Gafford or Jones would upset our flow because I think we still have a pretty good flow with Dante starting at shooting guard, the
Mm-hmm.
familiarity he has with Brunson, the way they flow together is perfect. And I only think that right now the only thing that's killing us is if Brunson and Randall continue to think, okay, now RJ in here, that gives us the license to put it up. You know, they need to share the rock, Ron. You know, especially when you got OG and Dante in the starting lineup, and they're three ballers, man. When's the last time that we could say that we got three guys that shoot in the high percentage in the 3 point?
You ain't lying. It's
So
been
we
a
need to
minute.
take advantage of that. You know, we need to take advantage of that, and I'd like to see them share the rock a little bit. But Gafford, I don't think anytime you can get a shot blocking demon like him, I've always been impressed with his hustle, his grit. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it, and it, I don't know what his salary is like, but I know, I think he was re-signed recently. I think he was
Hmm.
re-signed recently, so I don't know where his salary is, but it's not going to hurt us to acquire a trade asset because he's an asset. If nothing else, he's an asset. He's insurance for Mitch. He's insurance for Isaiah. If Isaiah walks, we got somebody. It's not going to hurt, but it's going to damn sure help us right now. And I'm just saying, what do we want to do? Well, we're going to go for it. And I think there's not many times where you can have the ability to say that we have a legit chance to make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly go to the finals. I
Right.
mean, we don't get that many opportunities, and I think we prime for that. And if we make the right moves, I think we can go there, Ron.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with you. And you know what? That's why the regular season is extremely important because if you take care of business and do what you got to do, and if you play up to your ability the best way you can, you never know what can happen. And if the Knicks can somehow, like, if we can get into that third spot, that would be huge, right? And you never
Even the
know. I
fourth
mean,
spot, even the fourth
even
spot.
well, the fourth spot would be good too, yeah. But I just think the Knicks can really be this Knick team, especially if they make another acquisition. I think they're good enough to make that third spot because I
Yeah.
honestly feel like they would be better than Philadelphia. I'm not going to say we're 100% better than Philadelphia right now. I know some people are already saying it. I'm not going to say that yet, but I will say if we make another move, um, I could see us being better than Philadelphia, and I think that makes us the third best team in the East. But we got to play like it. But yeah, but that's important because it matters. Like playoff seeding and positioning is important. If we can avoid Boston
Yeah.
somehow and just take the other
Obviously.
road, right, and just
Yeah.
meet them at the Eastern Conference in a different way, I think we're good. Yeah, that means we might have to go through a Milwaukee. I don't care. Bring Milwaukee on. I know Milwaukee's been tough, but in the end, in a 7-game series, I know some people are like, you tripping, Ron. I much rather go up against Milwaukee than Boston. If you have to take care of Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, fine. That'll be tough. But even though I know we struggled against Milwaukee, Milwaukee's beat us, but a lot of these games we had a chance to win. Except for we got blown out really bad by that one, but we had chances to win the other one. And one we lost in the final seconds. We had a chance to win it. So
But
I'm
we
I'm
didn't
just
have
like,
OG. We didn't have
we did
OG.
not have OG. That's very true. And OG's the type that he can help slow down Giannis a little bit. I think the Knicks, if they make that other move to give us a little bit more assistance out there, and if it turns out to be Tyus Jones and Gafford, the rim protection. Part of the reason why we struggle so much when we play Milwaukee is because of their height, but also because they got Brook Lopez at the rim, and he is just such a disruptor. Having a guy like Gafford, and especially, Hartenstein's been doing great at disrupting when he's in the starting lineup, but having Gafford off the bench, something like that, to disrupt when guys try to get into that paint, that's huge, man. That's huge. And it helps us play better defense on the perimeter against the three, because we know that our guards can push up on that guy, because if it gets past, they're running right into Gafford or to, Hartenstein's combo Gafford, you know what I mean? Like starter bench guy. So, I think that's a really huge move. I think the Knicks got to try to figure out how to make that move somehow, even if they don't
One thing I do is I disagree with these so-called experts. I disagree that the Knicks need a superstar to contend. I disagree. We got OG, we got Brunson, and we got Randall. These guys are playing at high level, man, and we got some nice pieces and Dante and Hart, and Grimes. I don't think we're that far off, man. And like they said, the only people that can beat us is us. I truly believe we can beat anybody, including Boston, because we gave Boston some runs. We had our times. We were running with Boston, but then we fell short because we didn't have the height and we didn't have the horses to stay with them. We had nobody to guard Jason Tatum. Now we got somebody to guard Jason Tatum. And the Knicks are a handful, man. Julius Randle's a handful. Jalen Brunson's a handful. OG. And like I said, I just want them to take advantage that we got these high percentage shooters now, man. Let's spread the love, man. Let's spread the love. Let's get, these guys are shooting unbelievable from 3-point range. Let's use them. I don't hear you for some reason.
No, I was just checking, making sure everything's working.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Use what we got. So let's see here.
I've been inviting people to come on, man, from the chat. Some of the regulars, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel bad.
Where everybody at?
I want to come up here and get my man Ron some company, but it'd be nice to see some different faces up here and hear some.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
some of the brothers in the chat, like Paris and JJ. I thought JJ was going to make the move today. He told me he might. So let's see. I
don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate everybody who tunes in and shows love to the show and comes in and listens. I don't know why some people don't jump on the panel on Saturdays. I see some people jump on other panels. I don't know what it is. Maybe someone told me the other day, like, yeah, man, sometimes I see you talking and I don't jump on because I like the conversation, and I just don't like, I don't feel I need to jump on to say something because you guys are thinking the way I'm thinking. So if that's the case, then great. But I would still love to hear from everybody.
They also notice, and I noticed that Ron, you seem to have a lot of ladies in your chat. For some reason, there's a lot of ladies in the chat, more than any other spots. So maybe it's a little bit of intimidation factor. Me, I don't care, man. I'm like tied down, man. I mean, 30 years, man. But it's good. It's good.
That makes two.
Happy man. Happy man.
Yeah, I got 21 joints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been doing my time.
Go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, but listen, guys, you're always anybody, and the ladies included. You are welcome to come up and chat. And I understand it's a little more tough for the ladies. Sometimes they don't want to come up here because they're like, people just, they don't.
And
sometimes
the ones
guys
that do, man, they spit it out, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh man, they spit it out, man, and it's refreshing to see them, man. They're knowledgeable. My wife is into the b-ball, man. She's a Knicks fan, and she supports. She watches the podcast, at times, and critiques me. Tells me when I talk too much.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you, bro. I get it. Let me see here. Shout out to I was just about to, there we go. Shout out to the Queen, Steph. Salute to you, Queen. Appreciate you. Dope Soul Sports Talk in the building. Dope show last night. If y'all haven't checked that out, please do. The Queen got into a really good conversation last night about the Knicks and where they stand, and if we have enough, you know, to fight for a championship now. Do we need something else? So it was a really good talk. Definitely shout out to the Queen, Steph. I called in because I was just so excited about the conversation, so I had to jump in. It was really dope. Let me see here. There was somebody. There we go. The Upper Echelon Show is in the building. Salute. He said, and Porzingis was giving us work, but now we can put OG on him. Oh yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's true. That's another good thing about having OG here. Big Lou in the building. Hey man, listen, Big Lou, I understand, brother, but let me tell you something. So Big Lou is a little up in age. And so he told me, he's like, yeah, and some of this electronic stuff ain't that easy for me to maneuver, but I'm trying. Let me tell you something. My guy right here, he don't look it, because he shocked me when he told me how old he is. But let me tell you something. Double A makes it work. Double A makes it work. Yeah, you can do it, brother. And even if you don't listen, I appreciate you just being in the chat supporting the show. You know, I was kind of sad when I didn't see you for a while, but I'm happy that you came back, and I'm hoping that your health continues to prosper and you're doing better, my bro. All right. Jimmy Henry's in the building. Salute, Jimmy Henry. All right, I got somebody else backstage. Let me see. Staff, are you with us?
Yeah.
More fire. Rhythm beats. Bobby Condas on the ones and twos.
Now I can hear the big up. When you were saying it earlier, I couldn't hear it.
Oh, even my big up was muted? Oh, no. Oh, my God. I must have looked crazy.
I was like, look at this guy bigging me up, and I can't even hear him.
I must have been like this.
You was.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You was going off for about 15. me and Andy in the chat, like, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. I'm sick. Anyway, well, I hope you guys are all doing well. Oh, and before we continue, so I want to get this out of the way real quick before we get back into like the main Knicks stuff. But I want to, before I even get into that, let me do this and shout my brothers out. Excuse me. Please tune in this Monday night, 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly, because we will have my brothers in the building with us. Yes, that's right, folks. We're going to have the Morning Brew Sports crew in the building this Monday night, 9 p.m. on SKF Weekly. So please tune in. It'll be Phil, Jigga, and Hector. Unfortunately, Jerry can't make it because he's out of town, but we are going to hold it down, and we're going to have a great time as we always do. And I actually think this is going to be the first time we're going to have Phil, Jigga, and Hector together. We've had them individually, and we've had two of them, but we've never had the three of them. So it'll be pretty dope.
You gotta have the combo. You gotta have the combo. They do it right. They do it right, man.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good time, man. Looking forward to it. So shout out to them. That's right. Once again, this Monday night, 9 p.m., SKF Weekly with Ron and John, Jose in the background holding us down, and Morning Brew Sports crew in the building. So tune in for that. That should be dope. All right. Now I got to get to this because the people are going to be like, yo, what are you talking about, Ron? I don't know if you're if it was that bad, or you're making a big deal out of. No, it's not about that. I want y'all to understand this is where I'm coming from, and then I get y'all take on it. Let's see here.
You're already choking stuff up, man.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if I could do this. All right, Melo, why? All right, so look, guys, I know there's a lot of people around saying different things about Melo's comments on his show with Mero, right? Because he did say on the show that
your boy is black.
he feels, yeah, RJ Barrett is bland. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of oomph to him, to his game. You know, he could score 4 points or he could score 24 or 26 points, whatever, and you don't know the difference. He's just the same player no matter what. It's kind of like robotic in a way. Not a lot of emotion. Now, some people took offense to that. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, why are you talking about one of our own like that, even though he's gone now? But like, you know what I mean? Other people were like, he's right. It's true. That is how he plays. He's not bashing him. He didn't say he sucks. He's just telling you the guy doesn't play with a lot of emotion. And you know, when you trying to win in this league consistently, or you're trying to really become a really good player, sometimes you need that in order to do the things that's going to take you to the next level. Is what he was trying to get at, right? My whole thing is, why Melo? And this is weird, but I'm saying this because Melo, like, Knick fans love our former Knick players, especially the ones that played good, right? When Melo comes to the Garden, you see the standing ovation and stuff Melo gets. People love Melo. And I love Melo. But my whole thing is there's going to be certain Knick fans that are going to look at this and like he's bashing one of our own. Even if he's not, it doesn't matter. They're going to look at it that way. And I'm like, why affect that? You know what I mean? You could talk about so many different things when it comes to the Knicks. I just don't want, just because you have a show with Mero, to feel like you should talk about certain things that maybe somebody else you think won't say. I just don't think that I personally just think Melo didn't have to say it. You know what I mean? Like, people know what they know. You could talk about his game and say you would like to still, you know, he could have brought up RJ and said, you know, the thing about RJ is he just never really got over that hump. He, you know, he had some trouble being consistent and stuff, and we just needed more from him. Simple, put, done. But not to say the guy's bland, and you know that's going to be fodder. That's going to give the battery to Mero, because Mero's going to make it look. Mero don't care. He not a Knick player. He don't have no allegiance. Melo still goes back to the building. And, you know, Melo is also pretty close with Julius Randle. So then people start to think, oh, man, I wonder what Julius be saying about, you know, the players on the team, you know, and you know, Melo's saying this after RJ's gone. So other players could be like, oh, man, wonder what Melo thinks about me. He's not saying it because I'm on the team, but if I leave, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all a bunch of stupid stuff. And I just feel like I like to see Melo being beloved by the Knick faithful and by the team, because he should be. So that's my thought on it. I'm not saying he was wrong in what he said. I just don't think he should have said it. So that's my take. Stafford, what you think?
Yo, every man have a right to his own opinion. I don't blame Melo for saying what he's saying. The man asked him a question. He answered it. And I think that was that. You know what I'm saying? He acknowledged that it was more room for Julius and JB to work. And he know that RJ demanded the ball. OG is the kind of guy that he doesn't complain. He will do his role, and which is to probably stand up in the corner / do what he have to do. So I mean, he wasn't wrong when he said what he said. I don't think it's a disrespect either. It's just, it is what it is, regardless if it was coming from Melo or a regular fan like myself or anybody in the chat. So I know some people may take it overboard, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's no flashiness to RJ. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know his game is downhill, left hand, and it is what it is. And it just so surprisingly is that last night he had 4 points.
I was gonna say that. Thank you, Stafford.
And then the following night, the night before, he had 26. So
it's really bad timing, bro.
It's like, yo, what, you know what I mean? So the man ain't lying, bro.
It's
So,
crazy, bro.
I respect. Listen, I said this before. I respect RJ. I respect what he did for us. As you said before, when he was here, we wasn't nothing. He came and he built something here. You know what I mean? I respect you for what you do right now. You in Canada. You a little more happy now, and that it is. And I wish him the best. There's no hate for RJ, and that's what I gotta say.
Double A, what you think about it, man?
I think Stoffer hit it right on the head, man. Ain't much I can add to that. You know what I'm saying? But my feeling is, you know, RJ to me did show emotion. He did it in spurts. We've all seen it, you know, where he had a dunk or something. He showed emotion. You know what I mean? It was just that's the way some people are, man. You know, some people are rah rah rah, and some people aren't. So you know, you can't knock them for their personality. I think he's still a stand-up young player, and I give him credit for his time being here and facing the music. Whether he scored 2 points or has scored 30 points, RJ always faced the music. He didn't duck the media. You know, he conducted himself like a gentleman off and on the court. So you know, I give him props for that. And you know, I'm with a lot of people when I say, you know, RJ ain't a Nick no more, man. So let's turn the page and let's worry about OG and Randall and Brunson and these fellas. And you know, like Staffer said, Carmelo didn't say nothing wrong. I mean, it's the truth. You know, uh, as far as our offense being better, we all seen that. Before he said that, before the trade, we all were talking about the flow. You know, three lefties and you know RJ needing the ball. And what I'm saying is now, I just don't want what I'm seeing is where Brunson and Randall feel like they got to make up those points that RJ, those shot attempts between them where they're not incorporating, you know, Dante and OG, you know, who are high percentage shooters involved into the offense. And that, you know, that's all I like to see. But Melo wasn't wrong, man. You know, you got to be tough skin, more tough skin than that, you know, which I'm sure didn't bother RJ at all.
Right. I mean, yeah, because that's the thing. RJ's not gonna care. I mean, RJ, he'll put it in the back of his mind, but RJ don't care. You know how RJ is. He's a certain way, but he doesn't forget. I will say that. And I don't think he doesn't know. He knows. But my whole thing is, once again, like I said, I'm not saying he was wrong to say how he feels. That's his opinion, and he could be right. Still, I don't like the fact that I feel like, so to me, when I look at Carmelo Anthony, he's not on the team, but I feel like he's a part of the team. Does that make sense? It's like when we were doing good in the playoffs and everybody was hype on the sidelines, John Starks was going crazy, Melo was out there going. It's like I felt like they were a part of the organization. They were part of us, even if they're not. So it just seems, and I feel like that's how. I'm not alone in that. I feel like maybe other fans look at them that way, but I also feel like the organization looks at them that way. That's the reason why. Let's not forget about how Dolan treats former Knicks players at the Garden. Notice Melo is beloved. Melo sits right up front, no issues, all that. So I don't know. I just think
we've been criticizing RJ, you know what I mean, before even Melo said anything like this.
Yeah, but Stafford, that's us.
So I don't know what the big, I mean, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying that I don't know what the big story about what he said was so overboard. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've been saying he has no dazzle to his game. It's just like what JJ said in the chat too. OG don't have no razzle dazzle. He's just as bland too.
It's true.
But it's just his two different personalities.
Exactly.
One don't complain and one just laid back and chill. So I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, people should just get over it, bro. I mean, that's just me. That's just me.
I hear you. My whole thing is, I'm just saying, I feel like it just there was for Melo. I get it, and he's entitled to his opinion. But like I said, Melo to me is closer than somebody else. Anybody else could say it. Kevin Durant could say it. I don't care. Anybody could say it. But Melo is different from me, in my opinion. But that's my own bias because I look at Melo like he's still a part of us, you know, part of the team. And I just think that there's other ways he could go about talking about RJ without giving something. Because it's the same thing like, you know, coming up with a phrase or a term. You know that now that Melo's called RJ Bland, that Bland is going to follow RJ for the rest of his career. Watch. The Bland thing is going to come up everywhere now. Not that we didn't already see this, but now you could put a freaking phrase to it. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, and he created that. You know what I mean? Even though anybody could have said it, but it was Melo who said it. That's it. But I'm done. All right. So yeah. And shout out to Angel Torres. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy DJ Shuttle in the building. Salute. He said RJ and Randall was never a great combo. They are essentially the same player. Yeah, that's something we've all been kind of saying, watching the two of them basically play in the same space. Agreed. And so that's the reason why RJ was the move that needed to be made. I didn't want it, but we all knew one day it was going to happen. We didn't know how. We didn't know who. It was either going to be RJ or Randall. One day it was going to happen.
And we've been saying that.
Yeah.
We've been saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Stardom is in the building. He said, I can't stand Melo myself. Yeah, some people Melo rubs them the wrong way, but it is it is.
I'm on that team.
Yeah, I mean, some people Melo rubs the wrong way because, and I guess the other thing I wanted to say real quick, and let's move on. It's also surprising because Melo's been pretty quiet, right? He doesn't say a lot of controversial things. He hasn't been given a spotlight. He hasn't been on this whole podcast platform wave and all this. So now that he's here and we're starting to hear things that are maybe a little bit more insight to how he actually thinks, it's a little different. Just not not what we used to.
But that's like if you ask me a question about AA. And I just answered the question. It's not like I literally came out and say da 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 da. No, Mero asked me a question, and I answered the question.
I hear you. You know what it is? I hear you, Staffer, but I guess I just think a little differently. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, how they go about it. But it's like if me and you work at the same company, Staffer, and you killing it, right? Always killing it. But then all of a sudden you got like a bad month, right? And the boss comes to me and is like, yo, Ron, Staffer has kind of been dogging it lately. He hasn't really been doing, and things kind of falling behind. I could say, yeah, you're right. That's the honest answer. I mean, the boss sees it. I could say, yeah, he has been. I'll talk to him or whatever, and that leave it at that. For some people, that's okay. For me, I'd be like, you know what? I don't know. I haven't really noticed, right? And then I might go later to Staffer and say, yo, Staffer, I think the boss has been looking at you. Things might be slipping a little bit. Is there anything I could do to help you out? That's how I would do it. It's both answers could be acceptable. Because if it's obvious, right? But I'm just saying that's how I would do it. That's all I'm saying. It's just all about different. There's nothing wrong with it. He didn't say anything too crazy. I'm just telling you, Melo's influence as a former Knicks player, once a Knicks, always a Knicks stuff. It's really important. It's really powerful. And I'm just thinking, if I was him, I would kind of handle the question a little differently. That's it. That's all.
I think it bothers you a little bit more because you are an RJ fan. I mean, you're a
oh yeah, I love RJ. Don't get me wrong, I love RJ, but I also like Melo.
It's gonna rub you a little bit because you feel a little bit betrayed. You know what I'm saying, and I understand that. But I still agree with Staffer. I mean, he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't set out to bash him or something. Just out of the blue. Made up something, said, hey, what about that RJ Barrett? His game sucks or whatever, And then we, like I said, RJ ain't a Knick no more. God bless him, man. I wish him the best of luck, but he ain't a Knick no more, and neither is Melo. So
I hear you.
And I think with Melo too, now that the Knicks are on a lot of people's tongues, you hear us positive things on us on ESPN. They can't talk trash about us anymore right now. Even Stephen A is reversing. Ain't it something like he's reversing his angle, man? And it's like, you got no shame, dude. I mean, weeks ago you were saying that the trade meant nothing to you and it didn't move you or nothing, and now you're saying, come on, bro, unhitch it, bro, unhitch the wagon, unhitch the wagon, listen, bro, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, once again, going back to everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I hear what you're saying, Double A. I hear what you're saying, Staffer, and I agree. That's just the way I feel. But when the way you guys feel, I don't think you're wrong. I can understand where you're coming from. It's just like when people like Double A just brought up Stephen Hader A. Smith and BSPN. I don't watch it, but I'm not mad at other people who watch it. It's entertainment. I just can't do it.
No, it's when he goes on when we're playing and they have him on the panel. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I don't tune into him. I don't tune into him. But what I'm saying, we'll be playing the national game and he'll be on and he'll clown us, man. Even I got to shout out to Kendrick Perkins, man. He's given us a lot of love, man. He's given us a lot of love. But even Kendrick will giving us praise. and Stephen A would say something derogatory, like something, you know.
So okay,
and
but
I'm
here's
like,
the
Dad, bro, are you a
here's the
fan or
thing.
what, bro?
Is he wrong?
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah.
Because in
That
the end,
trade was something. That trade was something. That
well,
trade
I
was
mean,
something that
we
we've been
don't
waiting
know
for.
anything.
That trade was something we've been waiting for as Knicks fans for years. How long we been saying we need a wing? We need a wing. We need somebody to play defense. How long we been saying that? Of course it meant something. You know what I'm saying? Look at our record. Look how we're playing. Of course it meant something. But you doing it for clicks, man. I don't care if he's saying we don't need clicks. You're doing it.
See,
You're doing it for
and
reaction.
but that's the thing, Double A. I agree with you. This time it was a little bit more foolproof that he falls on his face with his comments because we made a trade and we could see the fruits of the trade. But he's made comments like this in the past where there's not something as obvious to say that Stephen A is wrong. You may disagree with him, but can you prove that he's wrong? And so that's the thing. Kind of goes back to the whole thing. Is he saying what? Do you know for a fact that what he's saying is wrong all the time? No, but I don't like the way he's saying it.
But this is the thing though. The following night he said that, and then the next day or 2 days later when we beat Philly, all of a sudden it's like, you know what?
Thank you, Staffer.
I agree.
Like this team and
thank you, Staffer.
And the
thank you,
flip flopping too much, bro.
Right.
I didn't want to touch it because he touched a nerve because he
yes.
Listen,
I agree with both of y'all. Y'all already know.
His fandom is so fake, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah. And the thing is people think he represent us, man. People think he got the pulse of the Knicks fan, bro. You crazy? You don't know us, bro.
That's one of my biggest problems with him, Double A, and that's why I don't listen to him. So that's why, like me just saying what I'm saying right now, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Just for someone else out. I can't stand Stephen A. Smith. That's why I don't listen to it. When he says something about something, you guys are the ones telling me. I don't hear it. I don't care to hear it. I don't watch nothing he does.
Well, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for advertising.
No, you're okay. You're all right, brother.
Nah, you good.
But he burns me for that reason, bro. He burns me for that reason. You know?
Shout out to Paris Duggar.
Stop clowning us, bro. Stop clowning us.
He never gonna stop. It's too.
You're a LeBron James fan. Just say it, bro. You're a Lakers fan. How can you be a Knicks fan and root for Damian Lillard to go to Miami? What Knicks fan you know would want Damian Lillard to go to Miami Heat? But Stephen A. Oh, I hope he. Come on, bro.
Double A.
But you know why he said that? He just says it because he wants to be.
He has to be objective when it comes to those things.
But that's not even objective, Staffer, because he does it and he tells you why he does it, because he don't care, because you're not going to do anything to him. And he's saying it in jest, but he's being real about it. Listen, I want Damian Lillard to go to Miami. Hey, because let me tell you something. Miami weather, the Miami ladies, you know, and that's what he says. He always talks like that.
True.
And LA, he pump up LA.
Yeah, because he wants to be able to go to Miami to cover the heat and be over there and doing his little thing and chilling out there rather than being in cold New York. So I mean, good for him.
What Knicks fan you know don't hate the Heat and don't wish nothing but bad things to happen to them and their franchise.
Oh, well. All right, let's get off of Steve. Let's get off of Stephen A. I don't want to talk about him anymore. I'm done with him. He's ridiculous, bro. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said Melo just chose an unflattering word to describe RJ. He really didn't mean it to be a diss. What he meant to say is RJ is like an old black and white TV. I mean, and I guess that's why I explained it the way I did the second time around, because I think that's what it is. I don't disagree with him having his opinion, saying what he said. I'm just thinking when he put that word bland out there, you watch. Don't worry, guys. Today is the January 13th, Saturday, right? You remember this day when I said that bland word is going to follow RJ forever. Watch. Okay.
All right. That'd be sad.
And also,
if it does, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat once again. He said, if we had 29-year-old Melo instead of Randall now, we champions. I'm not sure. You know what? Because as much as we get on Randall for how he plays, Randall does a lot out there, but his defensive faults would be the same faults we would be talking about Melo, man. We'd be like, yo, Melo, what's going on here, man? Melo didn't play no defense either.
On defense.
I mean, as he said, See, Melo's very tricky with his words. If you guys remember, I don't know if you've watched his show with Melo, but the first show he had, he talked about his defense, or maybe it was the second show. He talked about his defense, and he said, people get on me about my defense. But when I'm playing the guy night in and night out, you can never say that dude lit me up. That was his words, like that he got, torched by somebody else. And if they did, it was a back and forth. And I did the same thing to them that same night. And I can say that that's happened when I seen him go up against LeBron. LeBron might get the best of him, but Melo got the best of him the same night.
Thanks.
But does that say that you play good defense just because no one ever lit you up? If what defines lit up? Putting 30 on your head, but if I put 19 and they won the game, is like, I don't know. But whatever. Melo's tricky with the words. I see what you did there, Melo. Oh, my bad. I almost forgot. Before we move on, I gotta shout out my brother Sam Grandison. Sam Grandison is currently in LaGuardia Airport, guys. He's here for about an hour. He says, "What's the best food spots?" He's in a layover, waiting to transfer, I guess. So if you guys got any food recommendations by LaGuardia Airport, for Sam Grandison, put it in the chat so he can see it. Shout out to you, Sam. Be safe out there.
I mean, an hour, bro. Might as well you just stay in the airport, bro. Might as well you
say that don't give you too much time, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could go out there and come back. Nah, you're gonna miss your flight.
Yeah, you know what I mean? By the time you get off that line.
Just eat some airport pizza, bro, and call it a day.
Yeah. Facts.
Sam might have some superpower we don't know about.
Yeah, could be. He'd be everywhere. All right, shout out to King Ribby in the building. Salute. Appreciate you, my brother. I think I got everybody new who might have jumped in. Craig is in the building, not Greg. Craig. Salute to you, Craig. Appreciate you. All right. He said, yeah. Dwayne Dennis said, grab a pizza in the airport. Craig said Rikers Island Cafe. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Keith Turner said grab a burger. Yeah, there you go. All right. So that's that, guys. First off, are you guys concerned? Let me ask you, because that I talked about it a little bit, but now I want to talk about it in a different way. Are you concerned at all about Brunson's calf injury? Is that like, I don't know too much about calf injuries. I don't know if they can be lingering or whatever. I know ankle stuff can be, but are you concerned about that? Double A, I'll start with you.
Well, with the combination of Brunson's stubbornness and Tibbs, like he'll play you if you got, your leg falling off. I'm worried because, I'm with you, man. I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to stay off of it, stay off of it for a couple of days, you know what I mean? And give us a chance to see what Deuce got.
Yeah. What you think, Staffer?
Yeah. I'm a little concerned. Yes.
Oh, damn it! Keep going. I gotta fix my my green screen.
No, let's stop. I got a jerk chicken spot on the airport. Go get your flight. Stupid. But I'm a little concerned, man. I said it the second, I think it was that same night when OG got debuted, and I looked at the minutes total, and I seen that he played about 38 and Randall played 39, and I said it on Queen's Court, I mean, shout out to Queen Steph. I'm like, yo, it's just too much. It's just too much minutes, and we definitely need to get somebody in there. But that's before we thought, Deuce could, handle the rock and the team, which he still can't, you know what I mean? But he's trending in the right way, and to your point, Double A, this is a good time to see if Deuce can really manage and handle the team, see if he could run a team and see if we could get an offense that, our coach said that, we think, we think that he's better than we think that he is. I think that's the words that he says. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to see if Deuce do get the start tonight and see what he brings. But I am a little concerned because it's still early in the season, and and he got these nagging injuries already. So hopefully before the trade deadline or during the trade deadline, we do come up with a backup point guard to help Brunson, because we see what Quickly did when he was here. He happened to manage, that the ship while he wasn't here, and we were still over 500. So I am a little concerned, but just like what, to your point also too, JB could be stubborn, and if he could go, he would go. You understand what I'm saying? But go ahead and rest yourself, big fella. You know what I mean? It's still young in the season. Get some rest. Let's see what Deuce could do. But the race is still tight just because of all the teams that's good in the East, and we all like one game apart or one game above. So it's very tight. So it's going to be an important game regardless. But I am a little concerned, Ron.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, I'm a little bit as well, because you know what I mean. Like, we're not impervious to injuries. It can happen to anybody. We saw it happen to us last year. It happened to Randall at the worst possible time, right before the playoffs. So just kind of like someone, and especially now that we have lost two big pieces of our offense, and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle have been asked to carry a bigger load. Pause. Um, we got to watch Tibbs. Like, Tibbs has got to understand that these guys are going to need rest. So if that's the case, goes back to, once again, us needing another player here to kind of help spell these guys and make the team a better team. So that way, when one of them is out for whatever reason, maybe a day of rest, we're okay. Because this is not good. And I'm telling you, this is one of those things. This is like the worst case scenario with this Knick team, is that we clicking on all cylinders. OG's here. He's making a difference on defense. The rest of the guys have bought in. Guys are stepping up. DiVincenzo's playing well. Hart goes back to what he's been doing, as being such a warrior, clutch, dive on the floor type guy. Everything we need. Hartenstein's playing great. Randall's playing great. Brunson's playing great. And one of them gets hurt, like Randall or Brunson, because they're playing 35 minutes a night and having to do so much. Like, this is the type of stuff that can happen. That's why you need to kind of account for it and put your team in a better position. Why force them to be in a situation where they're going to wear down? I had mentioned it last night on Steph's show, Dope Soul Sports, that I'm a little concerned about Hartenstein, even because he works really hard out there. He's playing a lot of minutes. He's a starter now. He hasn't been a starter like that in my, unbeknownst to me. And even if he did, it was only for a little bit. He's going to be a starter for the rest of this year. Like, and the way he plays, he's putting a lot of effort. He could get something happen to him. He could wear down a little bit because he's not used to this type of grind, or some nagging injury could happen. We'd be in trouble. So Knicks need to account for this stuff.
And you add to that, Ron, Tibbs' penchant for overplaying these guys, man. It's just overplaying them when the game is decided already. This is what I'm saying. I mean, the other couple of days when we were up by 30 points, man, ain't no reason for your starters to still be on the court. And he's bringing Jalen back in. He's got OG on the court, and I'm like, yo, do you realize you got a game? Another game. And it's like, this is the last game, of forever. And that's how he treats it sometimes. Like this, and we don't know what Deuce is because of Tibbs. Tibbs' inability to give him spots minutes, man.
Mm-hmm.
When games are out of hand or whatever. You can throw him in there for 3-4 minutes, Ron. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be whatever. And I just think that's why it's a big question mark about Deuce. And I'm sorry, between Deuce and Grimes, I don't trust either one of them to be consistent enough to help us in the playoffs.
That's fair.
I just don't have it. And it's not due to any fault of their own. It's not due to any fault of their own.
But you're right, though. But you have to understand, too, they only second year players. And to
Right.
Steph's point last night, we put too much expectations on these young guys. They just 2 years in the league. You know what I mean? They're not going to understand how to grasp it as yet. So it's going to take time. And then AA, we had a lot of guards. You understand?
Yeah.
It was clogged up. So to really
Yeah,
say
you're right.
we didn't give Deuce a chance is kind of unfair. You know what I mean? You know, but
And
when
part of it was the roster construction. You're right. You're
right.
right
So
about
you know,
that.
so when he had his chance, he came out and he shined. You know what I mean? But you know, as I said to your point, this is a good time to see what he can do because it's still early in the season. You understand what I'm saying? It's not even the All-Star game. Brunson, rest your calf. You understand what I'm saying? Because the main guys are out for Memphis. So I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game because they are still NBA players. But at the same time, I'm agreeing with you. I would really like to see if Deuce could really not manhandle, but handle the team in a way that IQ, no, I can't say like IQ did because they're two different players, but just, you know, fill in that role and steady the ship, you know, next man up. I know a lot of guys in the chat, they mad about IQ leaving. Leon did this and Leon did that, but it made the team better. You know,
Yeah.
you might not agree with it, you know what I mean? But it's made the team better. It's a lot of more spacing. You understand what I mean? And Randall and JB could do their thing, you know, but it is what it is, you know, and you know, I think we could get this win tonight.
Yeah.
And like you
I
said,
mean,
we had a lot of guards. So, you know, we traded from our strengths. I'm sorry, Ron. We
no,
traded
you're
from
good.
our strengths, Staffa. You know, we had to give up, you know, you got to give up something to get something.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
you got to give up something good to give up. You know, a lot of people think, you know, people are going to take our garbage and give us, you know, a superstar or something. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to
Right.
happen.
Fair. Just once again, want to shout out the chat. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for being here and rocking with us. Please, if you haven't done so already, show your love for the show and our panel. Smash that like button. Looks a little something like this. Thank you for being here. You know, I don't know how many likes we have right now, but I'm sure we probably don't have 107 likes. So please, if you haven't already, smash that like button on your way in, smash that like button on your way out. Just show a little love for the show, and the YouTube algorithm keeps us popping and keeps us where we need to be. So at least people can find us when they want to see some content. Also, if you want to, you don't have to. We appreciate you no matter what. But please feel free to, if you want to support the show. You know, Cash App is $ still Nick fans, and or if you want to, obviously you have the opportunity to give super chats, as you see many people do. But you also can be a member of the show. You know what I mean? You can be a member of the show by looking at this, right? So you see here, it says join this channel. If you guys look on your YouTube, usually it's easier to see on a computer. Click that join button. Looks a little something like that. You click join, and then this is what you'll see after that. It'll show you orange level, John Starks level, and a 90s Knicks level. And that's a monthly one-time thing that comes out. So just so you know and have an idea of how you can support the shows going forward. Thank you guys once again for just being here and rocking with me. That's all that really matters. That's the most important thing. Although I am noticing that I probably got to invest a little bit more money because my green screen keeps falling down. The piece broke, and I've been kind of doing my MacGyver thing to keep it up, but it's not working. So I gotta go get some new stuff. And also, I think I might have to get a new camera because it looks good right now, but I'm noticing, man, it's getting foggy out here. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, yo, what am I paying money for, man? This is
Technology, bro. It changes
it's
minute every second.
no good, man. No good.
You
I
got
mean,
to
I'm
fire
trying,
your
yo.
makeup man. You got to fire
Yeah.
your makeup man.
Yeah, somehow he messed up, man, because he put all these grays on my face. And I'm like, I didn't ask for this.
I ain't there yet. I don't even want
Yeah, good for you, brother. Stay away.
Yeah, bro. Good for you, man.
Yeah, shout out to Agent Super Argo. Appreciate you. Dallas was missing Doncic and Exum. Yeah, that was a tough game, man. Yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I mean, people are gonna see their different things in that game. To me, it all came down to effort. The Knicks just didn't come out with the effort in the
Yeah, I
first quarter,
agree.
and that was the game.
I agree. I agree. They came out very flat. And I said that too, and I kind of put a little onus on Tibbs on this one here too. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gracias.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. There was the team and the coaching staff. So I kind of put onus on them also.
I hear
I
you.
got a
I hear
question
you.
for you guys. Okay, I got a question for you guys. So this is my feeling. I'd like to know what you guys feel, maybe how the chat feels. But to me, Tibbs plays a just as important role in the upcoming playoffs as any other player that we got on this team. I know Julius Randle is getting a lot of slack, and to me, it's kind of like unfair because in the first playoffs, where he had the great regular season where nobody expected it, and we went in the playoffs. I mean, we didn't have anybody, and Tibbs pretty much got out coached and pretty much went into panic mode. And so I don't blame Julius that much for that first one. And then last year he gets passed because he was hurt. But my feeling is Tibbs, and I wanted to know how you guys feel. My feeling is Tibbs is to me is just as much as anybody on the firing line as far as performance in the playoffs because he dropped the ball to me a couple of times in last year's playoffs, and he hasn't shown to me that he can make those in-game adjustments. And I mean, going to that game with Dallas, I mean, he had time to plan, for that game. And being the defensive guru, you would think that he looked to double team and get the ball out of Kyrie's hands from the gate, from the beginning of the game, and that would have threw them completely off. But I mean, to let a guy like Kyrie get a flow, you're making a mistake because then nobody can guard him. I don't care who you put on him. So I just want to know how you guys feel confidence with this guy going forward and being the guy because, like somebody said, we can get all the players we want and assemble a great team, but we got to have the person to push the right buttons and make the right decisions. And for me, it's just been too many times where he has shown me that he doesn't have that capability.
Hmm. Stafford, you want to chime in because I think I got a little bit more to say about it.
Um, I mean, doubly, you're not right. You're not wrong. You're not right. You're not wrong. Um, he has made adjustments. He hasn't made adjustments on the fly. I agree. I agree with you. Um, he has made us relevant since he came here 3 out of the last 4 years to the playoffs. The 37 win year wasn't that bad, but still, wasn't a great team, but he still did his thing. Moving forward, I think this year, and I think this year is a pivotal year to see, what Julius can do as far as playoffs. Um, I'm on the record saying that how I have a feeling that Randall is gonna show out this year in the playoffs. I'm gonna stand by that. And with that being said, if everything goes, in my opinion, the way I see it goes, and we do make it to the ECF, I think Tibbs do get extension. I think they will extend him. Um, he's not a bad coach.
No,
You know,
no.
I feel like in every city there's fans that not going to agree with everything the coach does, a la Steve Kerr right now. Um, Look at the Milwaukee coach. Look at it's a couple more coaches, the Snyders. You know what I mean? So there's even Eric Spoelstra, who just got his 120 million. They were calling for his head last year. So I mean, he's not a bad coach, but I feel like this year is very um, pivotal for him. So if he does make it to the ECF, they will re-sign him. But I feel like if we go out in the second round, he's going to be a lame duck coach next year to see what could happen. And if not, I think that we'll be moving in a different direction. So, I mean, I know it's not a clear-cut answer, but you know, it's kind
No,
of
no, it's your answer, brother. Gotta respect that.
it's kind of a mixed bag right now, and performance, I should say. It goes down to performance and coaching. So, you know, that's all I could say right now.
Right. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Stafford. I hear what you're saying too, Double A. I just think that if the Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think the Knicks are going to give Tom Thibodeau an extension right now because they don't have to. They got him. They got him for one more year next year. I think they will let the year play out and see what happens because he could get them to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, and then they fall flat on their face next year. They, you know, anything can happen crazy. They get knocked out in the first round. And then you start to say, damn it, you know what I mean? Why did we give him an extension when it's like same old Tibbs, playoff Tibbs? We can't get over the hump. So I think they'll wait because they don't have to. So if it plays out well and they keep making steps towards improving and getting to the next level, then they might give him the extension at the end of next year or at the end of next year. But if it doesn't happen that way, then they quickly go back into the transition bag of Tibbs going to the front office and Johnny Bryant taking over. So, because I think they still, I mean, you can't discount the fact that they've had Johnny Bryant here hanging on a rope forever. So Tibbs obviously can throw a wrinkle in that, but if they don't improve, if they don't make it to the second round this year, I think Tibbs is not getting the extension next year. I think I still think they'll let him play out next year, because I think they're going to let him honor the end. Yeah, I think they'll let him honor the end of the contract. But after that, I think the writing will be on the wall and he'll be gone after that, and Johnny Bryant will take over, I think. I don't know about Jigga Man's funny, man. You guys.
Oh yeah.
He sent me a text earlier about the being on mute. And he put up a mime picture of me. He's funny. Jigga.
Man. And then you put the three of them together, man. It's like, wow. You know, him and Hector and Phil.
They're great guys, man. Really love their content, but I like them as people, man, even more than that. So so my thought about this is, could you blame Tibbs for the Dallas game? You know, there's certain things you could say, all right, could he have gone to that double team? I will say I agree a little bit, but to an extent, right? Because I thought as soon as I found out Luka was going to be out of this game, I'm like, the only person you really got to worry about is Kyrie Irving. So don't let Kyrie Irving beat you. Like, try to get the ball out of his hands. Yeah, you can't stop him. He's Kyrie Irving. He's going to get his. I don't think he needs to get 44 points, though. I think you need to do more to get the ball out of his hands so that he can't score as much. That's my opinion. And it's easier said than done. Kyrie's a Hall of Fame type player. I mean, he's very special. I don't know if you can stop the guy. Yeah, I mean, he was cooking us, right? But I thought they was going to double team him, or at least try to get the ball out of his hands going into the game before you know, anything else. Now, that being said, what Tibbs did was something a little different, and it's probably because we were so desperate. Instead of him just going with lineups where he would just try to double team, he put his all defensive lineups in there and tried to make stuff happen. And it was working because they were looking crazy. Like, they were getting guys frantic. They made guys turn over the ball. They looked great. Problem with that is you didn't have a lot of scoring out there when those guys were out there, right? So we struggled there. And that's why we need another piece, probably. But outside of that, I don't think there's anything else Tibbs could have really done. I think Tibbs probably had a game plan for them in the first quarter, but these Knicks came out flat and they did not execute any way they should, you know, they were supposed to in that first quarter. And to me, no matter if Tibbs did what we think he should have did or not, that first quarter effort put them down, and that is something they never recovered from.
And
Because if you look, they Dallas won wire to wire. Knicks never got the lead. So
just let me say this one thing also too, and I'm gonna say it. I'm not. I don't want to say this. Well, into Tibbs' defense also too, and I'm gonna say that also of myself too, is because we thinking OG is the defense stopper, right? That's what he's brought here for, to be the big wing, to be the superstar stopper, not him get 44 points, but to contain him, which we know it's hard to contain Kyrie. But thinking going into the game, even myself, and I think other Knicks fans too, is thinking, okay, we got OG, and he is going to slow him down and not make him get off, right? But in a sense, to me, OG came out lackadaisical. He wasn't fighting over screens that much. He wasn't defending, to me, Kyrie that hard, you know what I mean? And, once the team comes out with that lack of effort, I think it rubs on all the starting five. So everybody is kind of lackadaisical playing. And, by him not coming out with that energy to defend Kyrie and Kyrie getting off, you know what I mean? It was just it was just too late at the end in the fourth quarter trying to double team him because, we thinking OG is going to contain him, and I'm thinking, that was the mindset going on with Tibbs. Why double team him when we have an all-team defensive wing who could guard from 1 to 4, right?
But
So
I think you just said it. I think you answered your own question there. I think first of all, OG's overmatched. He's 6'7", 240 pounds, trying to
6'8".
guard, one of the quickest guys with the sickest handle in the NBA.
right.
OG is good at what he does, guarding wings and stuff. But when you start to try to mix and match him and make him, try to guard the best player of the other team, if the other player of the other team is like a fast, small, quick guard like Kyrie, you're putting him at a
No,
disadvantage from the
but Double
start.
A, he did it on Maxi, so why he can't do it on Kyrie? You understand? And Maxi is just as shifty and fast also too. So it
But
doesn't.
he
It
don't
does. It,
have Kyrie's handle though. He
no,
don't have Kyrie's
no,
handle.
I get it, but you talking about small and being shifty the same way.
Right.
I understand the handles part. You understand what I'm saying? But we consider OG as an all defensive wing, and that was his job to do. But
Let me ask you this.
he didn't execute it to the point that we wanted him to. So in the long run, Kyrie cooked us, and it took Tibbs too long in the fourth quarter for him to double team him. And then when he started double teaming, that's when we started to make that comeback because nobody was making shots. And the only other secondary person that they had was Hardaway, which he came in, he scored 32.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
I know what you're
it's
saying.
kind of a double-edged sword. We wanted OG to defend him, you understand? But at the same time, we wanted Tibbs to double team him more earlier. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Right.
but I look
I
at
see what you're
Kyrie. I
saying.
look at Kyrie being a much better player than Maxi. Maxi is a great young player and he's on a come up for sure. But he's not Kyrie Irving. And in
I
no way, shape, or form, I don't think he's Kyrie. And I'm saying is, why put your team at a disadvantage if you know the game plan should be doubling, getting the ball out of this guy's hand? Hey, you do whatever you can, especially if they don't have nobody else. They ain't had nobody else.
No, but OG, but I mean OG. But Double A, you as a coach, that is your star number one wing play. You expecting him to do that. Of course you're gonna think to double team him, but you thinking, okay, this guy could handle him. You're not going into the game thinking not like that, bro. I'm sure you
Okay.
got to think
Well,
that.
me,
You
I would,
understand?
I
well,
would, I would have doubled them from the gate.
well let me get my guy Corey Lee in here as well. But I'm just
See, Lee,
so So what I'm doing right now is, and I should have been doing this from the beginning of the show. I don't know why I wasn't. The night of the Dallas game, I was recording another show, right? So I didn't get to see everything. I had it playing on in the background, but I couldn't focus. I couldn't pay attention. And so I see what you're saying, Stafford Don. Like, obviously, OG is clearly on Kyrie. He's trying, like, they've got OG on him. But, you know, I'm looking at this game, and I did see some of the first quarter. And from now, I'm seeing it again. Like, the effort by all of these Knicks is lacking. They're getting rebounds over. Like, everybody is just one step slow. Jalen Brunson threw a pass to Randall. It went out of bounds because Randall wasn't looking. Like, there's a lot of stuff. They just got beat on a fast break right now. Transition. Nobody's hustling back. The Knicks just came out flat. And part of the thing, too, is obviously OG's a part of that, too. He came out a little flat as well. And the other thing is, you know, that whole thing when you know you got a guy who can do something and you're like, okay, we know he's good on that end. That's a bad habit to have, man. Because OG is the best defender on the team, right? You put OG on Kyrie, he's like, okay, we got OG's gonna slow him down. No, just because you got OG on him don't mean you don't stop. You still got to do what you got to do. And OG might, OG's not perfect. There's everybody, whether it be offense or defense, can have a bad night. And maybe this was just a bad night for OG starting. I mean, in the end, he wound up getting busy on defense when they started trapping and doing all that in the second half. But it happens.
It had one point in the game, I think Kyrie was at the base end and OG was on him. And I'm talking about good defense. And the boy Kyrie just threw up a shot and it went in. I was like, what the? I'm talking about defense was so good. Kyrie still ended up making the shot.
Well, that's the thing, Stafford. You know, once the guys start going, once you get cooking.
But you got to understand too, man. Kyrie is nothing nice also to play with. The boy can ball. The boy can ball, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yo,
but
I'm not taking nothing from the kid, man. The boy can
ball. What upset me, and let me get to Corey's take on everything, but I want to shout out his look at that. Look how that works. What up, Boulevard 73, guys? Look at that. Now I got both of them on the screen at the same time in a way. So Boulevard 73, my guy, Corey Lee. If y'all haven't checked out the 718 boys on Blorange Tears, Sundays at 10 a.m., what are you doing, guys? Please show them some love. Support their show. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Blorange Tears, and tune in, man. You're going to enjoy the content. But what I wanted to say real quick before I get Corey Lee's take is what made me really mad about this game, and I understand putting OG on them, but my whole thing is, why do the Knicks come out flat? I feel like once the Knicks found out that Luka wasn't playing, they thought they had the game in the bag. They flying high. They won 5 games in a row. Yeah. They took a little, chill break in their mind. They kind of, and there's a lot of things that happen in this game. And it won't happen again. Let me tell you this right now. It will not happen again. But a lot of things happen in this game. Luka was out, which was kind of like a last minute scratch. Not last minute, but you prepared to have Luka there and he wasn't there. Right? So Luka's out. You got Julius Randle coming back to his hometown, Dallas. Now, normally he plays well when he comes back, so it is what it is. And I think he still played pretty well for the most part. But this was Jalen Brunson's first time coming back to his old team. And I think, honestly, Jalen looked a little overwhelmed with emotion of just being back in front of everybody. He still has love for the guys. They talked to him. He had all this stuff to say. Like, I still got love to these guys. I talked to these guys. I think it was just a little bit overwhelming for Jalen. And he didn't look right to start the game. But the other thing is they were all lackadaisical, right? But all that, right? And then let me tell you, this is the thing that bothered me the most. And I brought this up on NothingButKnicks, I believe. Kyrie, there's a blurb going around about Kyrie saying that he loves beating the Knicks. And this was before that game. And I saw it. I know somebody over there saw it. One of their social media people knows that that's going around. And you got some bulletin board material. Now you find out Luka's not there. So now Kyrie's always talking crap. And usually he's on super teams where it's tough for you to beat them. But now all you got to deal with is Kyrie and the rest of these guys. And you let Kyrie not only win the game, but put up 44 and 10 on you. That is what upsets me. It's not even about the loss. It's not breaking the streaks. It's the fact that Kyrie got his say and did what he had to do to embarrass us once again. And two, we played lackadaisical in that first quarter. All we got to do is just play basketball the way we play basketball, and this game is in the bag. But all right, I'm done. Corey, yeah, say what you want to say, my brother.
One more thing before
oh,
you
wait,
go.
sorry. Yeah.
One more thing before you go. Even to that game also, too, Randall and JB came out there forcing up shots. They were not moving the ball. There was no crisp passing. There was nothing like that. Both of them came in there coming to prove a point. Jalen Brunson saying to her, you miss on me signing, and look so what happening. And Julius Randle, I'm back in Dallas. This is where I'm from. So, with both of that also, too, and the team being flat, it was just a whole disaster. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Corey.
I hear you. And sorry, Corey, one more, because I was going to say this to Stafford right before, and I forgot. The other thing with Kyrie, bro, and I know Maxey is very talented. He's looking really good out there. Kyrie's handle and his experience in this league, he understands how to get any shot he wants. That's the difference with Kyrie. Like, I don't care who's on Kyrie. Kyrie really can't be stopped. Like, the only thing that stops Kyrie is Kyrie. His handle is so good. He can get, we've watched, every time we've played Kyrie, no matter what team he's on, he always gets his shot. So, I mean, that's the difference between him and a guy like Maxey. Kyrie's been in this league so long. He understands everything about the game. He knows where to get to his spots, and his handle is incredible. It's just a different thing. I don't think anybody could really stop him. You can slow him down, but all right, Corey, my bad. Go ahead, brother.
Y'all sure?
Hold on.
Corey, what's up,
Corey?
brother?
No, I'm just joking.
All right, y'all. Oh, just saying, Stafford, thank you for just stealing my damn take, but that's what you do in Brooklyn, Steve. But anyway, but going back to that, yes, that was pretty much my take, was the fact that they both came in here very selfish. You know what I'm saying? Instead of selfless. We've been playing selfless basketball. You know what I'm saying? We've been playing for each other. And the one time, and both our stars are been noted for Dallas, that they do this. This is my biggest issue with the team right now. Number one, that's why we need a third person to break it up a little bit. Okay? Them two need to get together. I don't care what they got to do. Sit down, go to lunch, play Monopoly, checkers, whatever. But they need to get together mentally as far as forget all this 1A, 1B. How can we do this together? You understand what I'm saying? Because, okay, it may have been a great night for, this is just hypothetically speaking, and, hopefully the next time we see them, maybe Julius Randle would have came in there with that attitude of, you know what, I'm not going to really push the score on, but I'm going to try to get a triple-double. How about that?
Right.
Let me help this cat shine and get the other cats. You know what I'm saying? There's ways they both could have worked it out together. And that's something that they have to do amongst themselves. They got to have a relationship, a personal relationship, as well as not a personal, but I should say a great professional relationship amongst themselves. We need a third person, somebody who still can run that bench because we are too defensively oriented on that bench. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be having a 3-and-D guy, and his pop gun pops when he wants it to pop. You know what I'm saying? And then we're waiting for a young guy to develop once again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use your excuse, Stafford, because I have no excuse for him. He's been in the league 3 years. 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy he got his little check. But now what I need from him is to be it's hard to learn the playbook like this, you know what I'm saying? And then what I mean the playbook is learning how to be effective in this new situation that Juice is in. You understand what I'm saying? The first reference was for Grimes. The next one was this one right now is for McBride. What I need, I would like him to be so successful but I think there's still some hitch in his giddy up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And meaning that he's feeling his way. I see his confidence, and I like it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But I'm not willing to bank this season on him just trying to automatically get it, unless he would have started with him from the beginning of the year
Right.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now he should have either grasped it or got some of it as far as McBride. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. I can't. The coach, I mean, him as an adjustment to everything like that. It was more so the players to adjust more so than the coach making an adjustment. You understand what I'm saying? Other than as far as with Kyrie, I mean, there was no talking, there was no nothing. Everybody looked horrible because everybody came in there with their own intentions. I think personally, instead of coming in with the main intention of winning. So intentions.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, Corey. I mean, it's true. There's some truth to it. There is some moments where you look at our guys. Now, granted, they've been put in this position, so they kind of have to think that way. But still, they gotta reel themselves in too. Like Jalen and Julius have both been told, listen, we need you guys to go get it. You are our scoring, but you got to do it in a way that continues to get other guys involved and not be selfish. It's puts a lot on these guys. I mean, not it puts less on Brunson because he's a point guard. He should be able to do that. Julius is a little tougher, but Julius is a willing passer. He doesn't always go nuts, but he has his moments, and that was kind of one of those things that worried me a little bit. To your point, what you're saying, because both of them coming back to Dallas for different reasons. Julius' hometown, he wants to go, put on a nice show, and then and Jalen obviously coming back to his old team. So I worried about that a little bit. I still thought we was going to be okay. But yeah, that's one of those things you do
Not,
worry about a little bit.
And Ron, you
hold
gotta
on, one
understand
second,
too.
one second to ask Stafford. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this is what we needed. This is the type of butt whooping that we kind of needed because we could have, even though it burnt me, and when I say it burnt the hell out of me, I was I was talking to Freezy about this the other day, and I said, I want to see how we're gonna respond if we get punched in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? And this is twofold because this punch staggered us so bad and so long during the whole damn game that we couldn't even recover from it. So now it's what we're gonna do about what I'm saying today, this afternoon, in a little bit. Now another thing, if this dude is gonna be playing himself to a detriment to where he's not gonna be 50% in the playoffs, somebody get a hold of him. And I'm talking to references and Brunson. I mean, if
Right.
he's hurt, he's hurt. So be it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's all on Julius Randle today. If that's the case, then sit him down and let Julius do his thing. But
Yeah.
if not, don't force it. Don't force it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
I
force
hear
it.
you.
what I was about to say also too is that this team cannot afford to come out and play lackadaisical every night or most nights. We have to be on our game every night because it has teams that's gunning for us every night and gonna give us our best every night. So because just because how our roster is constructed, we can't afford to be coming out and not playing with no effort. Every night we
Right.
have to come out with maximum effort. Go. We see how
And
the
we,
East. We see how the East is. We're like 1 minute we in the fourth seed, then we lose one game, we drop down to the eighth seed. So we don't have time to play. And I gotta echo the words of JB. We gotta start stacking these wins in order
Yeah,
for us to
and,
get
and
a separation.
Staffer. Yeah. And you know what? I got a lot of slack, man, and on some of the other sites that I was getting to, overworked about one loss. Hey, we won five in a row. So what? We lost one. We can't think that way. Especially we supposed to be
mhm,
contenders. We can't think that way because
exactly.
when the other team don't have their best player, you're supposed to get the job done. You're supposed to win. You know what I mean? And if we talking about being contenders, like Staffa said, you got to pack up these wins. You got to win the games you're supposed to win, and the wins and you get gifted. And you get a gifted game when Luka Doncic don't play. You get gifted. You got gifted, and you need to take advantage of that. So you got to come and bring it. You got to bring it.
And for
listen.
For the record, and everybody's saying that how I'm a Randall lover. You see, I just criticize him. So you can't say I'm not fair.
That you did. That is true. Shout out to Dripmore. He said Randall coming home to Dallas. He was partying, LOL. Plus Brunson coming home to his old team. He was partying too. Well, listen, I'll say this. And shout out to Dripmore, who's actually live at the barbershop cutting hair, listening to us. So shout out to you, brother. Dripmore, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is in the building. Let's go. Appreciate you, bro.
Sorry, I'm like Corey. No business. No business. Me, Corey, can't give you no business, bro.
Yeah, me either. But
Nah. I let the wolf out. You know what I'm saying? If he good with that straight razor, he all day
with me. Salute to my guy Dripmore, man, and check him out on his YouTube channel. Check out Dripmore on YouTube to see some of his fire cuts. He's got stuff up there you guys can check out, and then maybe you can find out a way to find him and get your cut from him. So. I also wanted to shout out Uptown Knicks. Appreciate you. Thanks you for tuning in to the show. Please smash that like button. Show your love. My guy, Cully Goat in the building. What up, Cully? Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Bodega Mayor. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in the chat, my brother. Thank you for being here. Salute. Smash that like button. Hope you like the content going forward and continue to come back. We appreciate you. So there was two things that was said, and then I want to get to Parrish had a super chat that I didn't get to yet. One was Brooklyn Butch said, Ron, do you take phone calls on today's show? Unfortunately, no, not quite yet, Brooklyn Butch, but I am going to be working on that because the way I'm currently set up to do it, we can do it on Monday night show because we're on a different system, and we have a Zoom call number that people can call into. And oddly enough, nobody calls now that I have it set up, but whatever. but on Saturdays, because we use StreamYard is different. You have to have some type of interface. So for me, I need to buy a mixer. That mixer is like $300. So, so not only do I need to get the mixer and stuff, it's just a different thing. So I haven't been able to do it that way. But I was listening to I took a page from Queen last night, and she did it through like Google Talk or something. So I may have to figure out a way to do that. I'll talk to the Queen and see how she's doing it. So maybe in the future I'll be able to do that, Brooklyn Butch. So stay tuned. Also, Agent Super Argo said, Ron, did you guys see that comment by Melo about RJ? He said after speaking, yeah, we actually talked about it. That was the beginning of the show. I know you weren't here, but thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, we talked about it. Talked about it for a while. So if you want to watch the replay, the beginning of the show, we went in on it. So shout out to Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said, question, why do you think Randall is still being shopped? So I don't know what you guys think about it. I personally don't know if he is being shopped. There's too many like back and forth comments happening here. I don't know what's real and what's not real. Do I feel like Randall was being shopped? Yes. So that's the only thing that's true, right? But what I don't know is when he was being shopped. You know how when you don't know about news, yeah, you know how when you don't know about news and you find out, hey, the Knicks were looking to trade this player, but they don't tell you when was it? When was the time frame? We know Randall was being shopped, last year. We know that, but there's nothing. Shout out to Knicks Recap. You guys check Knicks Recap out. He does short videos about what's going on. He's got a lot of stuff about possible trade scenarios and stuff. And he had Jake Fisher on his show recently, and Jake Fisher said from his intel, he was under the impression that the Knicks have not shopped Julius Randle at all this year, that they only shopped him in the past, and so they don't have any intention on shopping him right now. So, it's almost like is the story new, or somebody found out that the Knicks were actually shopping him, but they're not giving us the context that this is old. You know what I mean? So it makes it look like they're shopping Julius now. So I don't know what to believe. And I don't know if I necessarily believe that at all times, you telling me right now, the Knicks look like they're playing, really good basketball. They were on a 5-game winning streak because a lot of this news came out during that time. You're telling me now is the time the Knicks are trying to shop Julius Randle when you know you can't get the Joker, you're not getting Embiid. You could get Karl Anthony Towns, but does he move the needle as opposed to Julius right now? You switch those two out. Are the Knicks better? I don't know that. I don't think they are. So you're telling me what not knowing who is out there that you can get, right? You're already a small team. You got Hartenstein, you got no backup big. You're gonna trade Julius Randle, and you can't get any of the bigs that are popular out there. So you're gonna trade him for Donovan Mitchell and then be super small? I'm kind of thinking that this is old news. I'm kind of thinking that this isn't right now, in my opinion.
Unless they were trying to get somebody like Market in at the same time, trying to do a switch trade where they go on after. If they get Mitchell for Randall, they get Marcus in for something else, then it makes sense because you got a plan to replace him. But if you ain't got a plan to replace him, how do you replace 25 points a game?
Right. I mean, listen, so I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm totally right. I'm just saying it just looks weird to me. But there's other things.
No, you're right. I think you're right. It has to be some extreme situation for them to be trying to trade him. It has to be in some kind of big move, but it don't make sense because if you do it for a center, then what do you do for power forward? It's not a lateral move. It's just like you're stealing from Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And
a weird thing too is I'm thinking now. Granted, I'm saying this right, and I know that Mitch has been injury prone in his career while Randall has been here. But something I thought about a month ago or whatever. You guys noticed that Julius Randle's rebounding numbers have gone down. And I know Freezy talked about this last night, but I had mentioned this and to someone. No, I didn't do it on the show, but I mentioned this to someone. I'm like, I don't know what's up with Julius's rebound numbers, right? But I have noticed that since Mitch is not around, it's been tougher for Randle to get to some of these rebounds. And I'm only talking about now because there was times in the past Julius has always been a good rebounder, even with Mitch not being there. But for whatever reason, since Mitch has been out, it's been a little tougher for Julius to get rebounds. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. Maybe Mitch takes care of one side and really frees things up to allow Julius to roam and grab that rebound. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that could be true. Maybe that's a part of the factor. Maybe the Knicks have seen stuff like that, and they're looking at it like Julius's production on one side of it is not as great as it was before. So maybe now there is a time that we could get somebody who's comparable because we're already winning and playing good without Julius getting the rebounds he was getting, and we know about the points. Maybe somebody else could give us those type of points and not be such a great rebounder. Now it's not that big of a deal. So I'm saying that to be, once again, the devil's advocate. Maybe the Knicks have looked at exploring that. You never know. You know what I mean? I got to look at it from all sides. So,
I think Julius
I don't know.
Is starting to hoist up those shots. The last game he resorted back to his old style. I mean, he took a lot more 3-pointers than he had been taking. He's been taking like 3 or 4, but the last game he went up a little bit more. And that puts you out of position to get the rebounds.
That's
when you
true too.
When you're going to more of a perimeter game, shoot more jump shots, mid-range jump shots.
But you know what? But I don't. It's you make a point. But in Julius's case, I didn't want to give him that. You know why? Because AA last year he shot 200 threes and he averaged 10 rebounds a game, 9.9 or something like that. So yeah, something's up right there. Something's not right. I don't know. Maybe he's out of position.
Right.
Maybe they're forcing him to play. Because the thing about, we always get on Julius because of his defense. We know he can play defense, but he doesn't always give the effort. Maybe because he's been given more effort and taking care of business on that end a little better, he's out of position to get the rebound now. He's not as close to get the rebound because he's actually pushing up on his opponent. I don't know. So, who knows, man? Who knows?
You think it's because DiVincenzo and OG, they're more of a rebounders than Barrett was, and even more than Grimes was when Grimes was in the lineup.
I think DiVincenzo being out there might be a factor because he's new to the team this year and he's a pretty decent rebounder. He hustles for rebounds. Hart was already there and Julius was still getting his, so I don't want to say Hart. But OG, I'm not going to say makes a big difference because Julius wasn't rebounding about a month ago. I noticed that his numbers went down.
And Isaiah's pulling them down, man. Isaiah had a 17 rebound game. He had a 14 rebound game. So he might be gobbling them up.
He
There
might be
not
gobbling some of them
rebounds
up.
to get.
Son is a beast. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
guys, I gotta go. I gotta run and go be a dad. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna catch y'all guys later, man. But I'll be
Good to
listening.
catch you, Staffer. Good to catch
Hey,
you, brother.
Staff, I appreciate you as always, my brother.
You
Get
already
some
know.
of them
Holla,
rollies
Staff.
for me, man. Get some of them good rollies for me, man. I can't get them
Yeah,
Yo,
here in
man.
Florida,
listen,
man.
it has none here in South Carolina. I gotta make
Oh,
it.
you in South Carolina?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in
yeah,
Florida, so I feel your
where,
pain, bro. I feel
yeah,
your pain.
I'm where Freezy is at, but Freezy is miles away from me and Uncle Fulio. But yeah,
Okay.
there ain't no roti place out here, bro.
Oh man,
Man. Sorry, brother.
suffering, bro.
yeah, I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe. One love.
All right, man. Later, brother.
All right, peace.
Thank you, Parrish Duggett. He had another super chat. He said, I think they don't just JR after December, Julius Randle after December, January, and February. Yeah. So for whatever reason, all of a sudden his rebound, like I said, I don't know. I'm just telling you, when I noticed it, I noticed that it happened kind of like right after Mitch went down. So I'm like, maybe that has something to do with it, but I'm not for certain about it. You know, I just try to throw something out there and see if it makes sense, because I really don't know. Shout out to Vaughn Allen. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to all the members, man. The members in the chat. I see y'all. Boulevard, Dwayne, Vaughn. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in and showing love and supporting the show as always. You know, much love. For the love of the game, I see you, my brother Hall Will, in the building. That's right. Number 4, OUR, love of the game. Please show them some love. My guy Hall Will and Worldwide L. Please tune into this show if you haven't already done so. I know y'all have, but just in case if there's new people who haven't, check them out. For the love of the game on YouTube. Really dope content. Let me see here. Thanks, Word. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I really I'm glad you like the show, and I hope we continue to entertain you and give you good content to keep you coming back. There you go. Dripmore put it. Yes, Knicks Nation, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Dripmore. Thank you. So yeah, show Dripmore some love, man. Go see them barber styles. I mean, he gets busy with the cuts, man. Nikki B from Harlem is in the building. He said no evidence Randall was being shopped. No reputable source corroborated this. That's why I'm a little on, like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I honestly think this is old news. I think the Knicks were shopping Randall just like they were shopping everybody outside of Jalen Brunson. That's the only person I don't think they were shopping at one point in time. But I don't think that's now. And I think I feel like it's old news, and I think it's a poor job by some media outlets to put this out here now and put the Knicks fans in a frenzy, because what it does is, one, it gives us bad intel because things have changed with the team, and if they're not shopping him right now, don't put it out right now. And two, it makes the thing get hot, like in the locker room and stuff, and puts pressure on some of these players. Is this the media doing their thing against Knicks once again, trying to deflate what we got going on? I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. What's going on? Amani the Great from Minneapolis. What's good, my brother? I hope you're doing well. He says, what's happening, my brother? How are you doing? I'm doing great, bro. I'm trying to live life, and hopefully, you know, we just keep it going one day at a time. A family, we're trying, man. We're on the mend, but you know, we're not quite there, but positive things, bro. Thank you. God bless. God bless to you and yours as well, brother. Speaking of the family, hold on, guys. I need a moment. Okay, I'm back. Shout out to the lovely Mrs. Hunter, you know, the Mrs. Ron, Mrs. SKF, you know, appreciate you. Yeah, man. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, thank you, Brooklyn Butch. Ron, let's get a fund going to get you a call-in mixer or a center. All of these chat members should definitely donate when they have such strong opinions. Hey, man, listen, don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna work on it. Like I said, I think what Steph is doing is a workaround. So I'm gonna try to look into that myself, and that'd be cool. That'd be nice. I mean, because you know, sometimes I be here. I mean, I'm thankful to have guys like Double A and Corey jump on with me, but sometimes, you know, I've been doing shows 2 hours, 3 hours for Dolo, you know, and so if I can get somebody to call in, that'd be great. So I'll work on that, guys. Let's see. To die for was commenting in response to For the Love of the Game. He said, we have to trust the process, even though if we as fans don't understand it, sometimes from a business perspective. Yeah, sometimes listen, I will say this, and I said it a little bit earlier. I get on, the front office sometimes when I don't like the direction or I don't see what they're doing, or I may get on Tibbs because of his coaching style sometimes. But I will say I've given Tibbs a lot of credit from the middle of last year, around the time we got Josh Hart, to the playoffs. I feel like he's made a change. I feel like he's made adjustments. I feel like he's done things differently with the roster. I feel like he was starting to bench Julius, started to bench RJ and show some accountability to these guys. So I give him credit for making that change. And I think he's a better coach because of it. Is he perfect? No. Do I still think when the playoffs gets around, he starts shaking and starts going back to his old ways? Yeah. But but when it's time to get on him, I'm ready. I just don't want to say everything is his fault, but I do think there's certain things that he needs to make sure are cleaned up. He's such a disciplinarian type coach. When you see bad habits happening, like something like the Knicks have two bad habits. We all know it. I mean, we're Knicks fans and we see it. So I know the coaching staff sees it. One is we come out the gate flat in the first quarter and get off to bad starts. And every time we've gotten off to bad starts, I'm not sure. I'm not a stats guy like that, but I think we've lost every game when we have been down double digits in the first quarter, like a good amount in the first quarter. I may be wrong. Maybe we won a game or two, but I think for the most part, we've lost all those games. But it's something I'm going to look into. The other thing is we get off to bad starts in the third quarter, coming out of halftime. We got to cut that out, man. We got to stop that. The other day we did it, and we're starting to get a little too comfortable. And we got comfortable. We did it against what was the game right before Dallas? I'm forgetting. Shoot, I might have to pull it up. I don't know if anybody remembers in the chat. I'm just
Portland.
Portland, thank you. Portland lit us up in that beginning part of that third quarter, right? But fortunately, we're just a much better team than Portland. Portland has a bad time scoring points. We were able to, but if that was any other team, we might have lost that game, y'all, because we did our third quarter thing, letting these teams get back into the game and coming out lackadaisical, like was being said. We gotta stop doing that. You cannot take quarters off. That's one, but you also can't don't get off to bad starts. If you start the game positively, it'll transition to something good down the line and keeps giving you momentum to build off of. But when you start off bad, it's tough. And that first quarter and that third quarter, those are really important. We got to do better.
When you got a head coach that he stresses guarding, he emphasizes guarding the rim over guarding the perimeter in a perimeter based league, he puts us at a disadvantage from the gate. If you notice, a lot of times when we get lit up and stuff like that, is that we're giving up open threes and giving up second shots, and we're not getting that long rebound. Because when the other team shoots a long rebound, that's what killed us at one game where we were only down 1 point and we gave them 3 or 4 attempts at it. We gave them 3 or 4 shots at it because we couldn't rebound the ball. We couldn't get a rebound, and it is like out of position. And that goes back to you talk about Julius securing the rebound. It's like, you got to finish the defense, and finishing the defense off is getting that rebound. You can play all the good defense you want in the world, but if you don't get that rebound, you ain't done nothing yet. And you give a team 3 or 4 shots at it, they're going to make one. And I just feel that Tibbs is old school, and we got to realize, yes, he has done well for us. We have done better than we have ever done in the last decade with a head coach. But listen, even teams like Milwaukee, look at Toronto. Toronto fired the coach of the year, Casey, in order to win the championship the following year with another coach without any coaching experience, whatever. So a lot of people are saying, oh, well, if we fire Tibbs, who we going to hire? You never know, man. You can't just say, and you can't count people out. But I'm with you. I think Johnny Bryant is on the short list only because he doesn't interview for any openings,
Bang.
and there you go. And I look
Yeah.
forward to him taking it on, man, because fresh ideas, man, fresh ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's the real. I think the Knicks already have it set up. We shouldn't be really thinking about too many other options. I think the Knicks have it set up. There's a reason why they brought Johnny Bryant in here. We know the whole thing about Donovan, but outside of that, he's been whispered as being one of the really good guys to coach guard type players. They said that the work he did with IQ really helped him tremendously as far as becoming a better defensive player and doing things on the offensive side. They also have been talking about the work he's done with Jalen Brunson, because even though Jalen Brunson has more talent, but some of the things that Jalen Brunson is doing out there is also thought to be the help of Johnny Bryant, like instilling certain things with him that he should focus on. So,
And the work he did with Spider, right? He did.
oh yeah,
with
of
Spider.
course, yeah. He's really
He
good
was a
with
guard
guards.
whisperer.
There you go. So yeah, I wanted to say I don't know, Brooklyn Butch. I guess if you tune in through your phone, there's really no easy way, because I'm looking at, like, when I'm looking at my phone, I see how I get it. Like, it looks a little harder to understand how to become a member off of the phone. So I don't know, my brother, but I know when you're on the desktop or you're on a computer, when you look at the YouTube, there's a button right there that says click, it says join. It tells you subscribe, but also right next to it says join. So you just click it. But I know what you're saying. Like, so if you're off your phone, I don't really know what is the best way to go about doing that. So I hear you, my brother. I appreciate you, and I definitely thank you for supporting the show however you do. So outside of that, there was somebody said something. I don't know. I think I lost it. The source, Paris Douglas said the source was through Woj, by the way, of the Eastern Conference GM. Well, like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
My question to you, Rod, is you're hearing all this talk about Mitch possibly being ready, being good to go before the regular season ends. And if that's the case, of course, that affects our trade, needs, tremendously. It affects what we're looking at or whatever. But is that reputable? I mean, is that a reputable source? Is that coming from about Mitch being possibly coming back?
That's
Oh
the
well,
league.
no, yeah, that's reputable, because that's not a source. That's the league. The league
Okay.
feels, due to the severity of the injury and the time frame that person will be out, that there's a chance that they can come back before the season is over. That's what that is. That's the league just having their own doctors, understanding the injury and saying that
Mhm.
someone could come back from this injury before the season is out, and that's why we're not going to give you the exception.
Okay.
So
So
that's what
that's
that
what
is. That doesn't
everybody's
mean he will come back. They're just saying
that's
someone
everybody.
could come back.
Okay, but that's what everybody's basing that on.
Correct. That's what it
N-
is. It's just
Not that he was checked out and they said, well, he's
no,
ahead of schedule.
because they can't even do that. The league can't check out Mitch until he's ready to be checked out. Like the Knicks have every opportunity to do refusal, and so does Mitch as a player. He's got his own doctors that he works with. He's got to get to his own point to be comfortable, and then the league could do that, I guess, at that point, but not right now. They're just going based on that type of injury in general. So, shout out to our communities, our children. OCOC, salute. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. I know OCOC is a very positive Knick fan, doesn't like a lot of negative talk. So sometimes, my channel guys come on and the conversation can go a little left. So I think OCOC hasn't been around for a while because of that. But I will tell you, yeah, man, we're just having a conversation about Tibbs, but there's some people that want to see Tibbs out. I don't think he's going anywhere, and I don't think there's a reason for the Knicks fan base to feel like he will be. I think he's going to finish out his contract, because going back to what we said before, bottom line is he's still doing better than any coach we've had in the last 10 years. Also, it's just too much to go get a new coach. You go get a new coach. That new coach got to come in and have an off season of practices with the team to get that team up to their speed of what they're trying to do. And that new coach also has the Knicks have to make sure they have the right players that coach wants. We're building a team around Tibbs's style. Maybe this team isn't what another coach wants. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot going into bringing in a new coach. So yeah, that's why I don't think Tibbs is going anywhere.
Unless it's one that's been on the sidelines.
Right.
Like Brian.
Right. What were you saying, Corey?
I was about to say same thing.
Oh,
same
okay,
thing
I hear you. Yeah, that's true. Unless the coach is already in the system and doing, because the whole thing about the offensive system, I know we get on Tibbs a lot. Johnny Bryant has a lot to do with the offense too. So sometimes, I mean, if there's something you like, the credit might go to both. If there's something you don't like, the credit might go to both. You know what I mean? Like, don't just assume it's just Tibbs. Johnny Bryant got a lot to do with the offense system too. I'm just saying. But all right. I just want to get that out of the way. And let's just get into tonight's game. We'll do the little preview thing that we do. And then we'll get out of here. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys, as always, please support the show, support the content. If you don't know, if you weren't here earlier, this Monday, SKF Weekly, Monday at 9 p.m., we will be having the Morning Brew Sports crew in the building. That's right. We're talking Jigga, Hector, and Phil in the building, minus Jerry because Jerry's out of town, but he would have been there as well. But we got Phil, Jigga, and Hector, which is dope because we've had one of them, either war. We've had two of them, but we've never had three of them. So it should be a really dope conversation. We're gonna have fun. We always do. It's a bunch of laughs when we all get together.
Oh yeah, man. It's a hoot, man. They got you cracking up.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun, man. So definitely tune in. Check out Morning Brew Sports on SKF Weekly, Monday at 9. All right, so let me pull this up so we take a look at this this Knick game preview here versus these Memphis Grizzlies. Minus Ja Morant. We already knew about that, but they're also minus Marcus Smart. Then they're also apparently minus Desmond Bane. Unless that changes, Desmond is probably getting a day of rest today. So there's really not a lot of excuses for the Knicks. Even if Jalen Brunson doesn't play, the Knicks should still be able to win this basketball game, in my opinion. But let's take a look at what the tail of the tape looks like for these two teams. Here we go. Let me get that back. Where's the regs? There we go. So here you go, guys. You see it. I mean, just looking at the numbers right here. Wow, Memphis, man. They used to be a little dynamic offensive team. Look at them. Knicks scoring 115.9 per game, and Memphis is at 108. That's interesting. Rebounding, we're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. And even without them having one of the best offensive rebounders in the league in Steven Adams, they're still averaging 42 rebounds a game. So got to watch them. Assists, look at that. We're right there, 24-24. That's a wash. Steals, right there, 7-7. That's a wash. Blocks, every team out blocks us. You guys notice that? It's interesting. Turnovers, we're one off there. That's pretty much a wash in my opinion. Field goal percentage, 46-44. We shoot a little better from the field. That's good. 3-point percentage, 34-37. We shoot a little better from three, which is nice. Can you imagine the Knicks shooting 37% as a team? This is great. And then the free throw percentage, 78% to 77. That's actually not bad, man. The Knicks, I don't know if you guys have been realizing the past couple of years, the Knicks free throw percentage has been This year, 78, and we have been doing really good in the last month and a half or so. The Knicks might get up to 80% the way they're shooting their free throws lately. If they just keep going, by the end of the season, we might be at 80. So shout out to them for making the change and the adjustment and really focusing on that. That's important. We need that to win games, man. Free throws matter. And let me just look at the bottom totals real quick. Scroll down. Points in the paint, 48.6 to 46.1. Knicks are doing better there. Second chance points 16.9 to 13.2. Knicks are doing better there. And then 15.3 to 12.2 in fast break points. So the Knicks are definitely in a situation where they should be winning this game. And that's even with, Ja being there for a couple of games since he's been back. Now he's gone, obviously. But yeah, the Knicks just seem like a better team than Memphis, and we definitely should take care of business. What's your thoughts on this game tonight, Corey? I'll start with you.
Mm-hmm. What can we do tonight? OG needs to be more assertive. I mean, I need him doing something other than sitting in the corner. I just want him to be more assertive offensively, especially with or without Brunson, because we do not have that third or even fourth scorer anymore. And also, too, I need these two, both our players, Randall and Brunson, to get the ball moving again, because it seems like if the ball hits them, it dies. So let's get back to the ball movement and rebounding. Let's gang rebound as a team. You know what I'm saying? And then I think we'll play up. We should be able to beat Memphis. But like they say, you gotta come in with the attitude with it first. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you on that. Double A, what's your thoughts on tonight's game?
Corey wasn't here, but we agreed earlier, Corey. We're talking about the Knicks needing. At least I was talking about the Knicks needing to spread the ball a little bit more. I was agreeing with you. Randall and Brunson have been in the upper 20s as far as shot attempts ever since RJ left. And when you got somebody like Dante and OG, which are excellent 3-point shooters, it's been a long time. I don't remember the last time the Knicks had three guys in the high upper 30s, and one guy in the 40s as far as, shooting 3 points. So we need to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And I'm with you. And if Brunson is out, I don't want to see Randall taking 30 shots. Let's get somebody else to step up as well. But they should be able to take care of business, and they need to start taking business because, like I said, all these wins now, they add up because at the end of the season, we're going to look at these games that we could have won and should have won and said, man, if we just had won those games, we'd be in better position. And I think being in the third or fourth position in the playoffs is important. I'm with you on that, Ron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think it's really important. Shout out to Organic Fanatics Show. Appreciate you, my brother, as always. Please show them some love on YouTube, guys. Just type in the Organic Fanatics Show and show some love to their YouTube channel. Really popping channel. You enjoy the content. They're real fun. They have a good time, and they go at it. Shout out to my guy, White Falcon. Appreciate you. He said, one more trade, one more trade, one more trade. Yeah, I hear you. We'll see what happens, man. LB So Wavy 718 said, we already talked about replacements. It might be the assistant coach for us or maybe the Villanova head coach in the future, possibly. Yeah, maybe. I mean, listen, that Villanova coach, Jay Wright, is a dark horse. You never know. He could creep into the mix, but I don't know. Maybe, though. Maybe because,
is he still coaching at Villanova?
He is.
Yeah, for the last couple of years.
Man, I'd rather take Rick Pitino worst case scenario. You are right there in Queens, so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know. Anything can happen. Never know.
I'm just saying, if we had to go out and shop for one, if we had to go out and shop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I prefer Johnny Bryant because he's in house already. Players are already familiar with him. You know what I'm saying? And why not give him a shot? You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Right.
We got
Gibson. Yeah. And I see what you said, Knicks 100. You said you want to move Tibbs. Fine. I wanted Mark Jackson in the first place, but let that man finish his contract. It's just logical. Facts. E. Gibson said we have improved the free throw shooting, need consistent ball movement, and continue to build chemistry with the addition of DiVincenzo and OG this season. Right. And guys, also, every night, notice that every night in and night out, this is why I just want to say this once again. Yes, the fact that Hartenstein is in the starting lineup, right? The fact that OG is here, the fluidity out there looks great. The spacing looks great. We're moving the ball. But don't get short-sighted, guys. The Knicks have been moving the ball all season. They look better doing it now. But from the beginning of the season, the Knicks have been getting them 20, 24, 26, 27 assists here and there. Even with Mitch out there, even with RJ, even with Quickly, they're doing it better, easier now. But they were doing it. It looks like as I said before, the Knicks, someone's made a concerted. No, go ahead, Corey. What were you gonna say?
Not more efficient. I was trying to help you out.
Yeah. Somebody said this offseason, we're gonna move the ball. They made a concerted effort from the start of the season to pass the ball more, to try to move the ball more. And plus, what else, what helps that too is Julius Randle not shooting so many threes, because that allows him to be in the paint area, so he draws the attention of the defense quicker. They come at him faster. He can move the ball to somebody, get a better shot when he's on top of it. Sometimes he's a little slow to make the read, but when he's on top of it, it definitely helps the Knicks. Shout out to West Coast Knicks. Appreciate you. Said building an entire culture and 15-man roster of tips type players to turn around and give the team another coach is a wild take. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you got to worry about. They're trying more and more to make this team a very Tibbs type team. And if a new coach comes in, that new coach is going to want players that fit what that new coach is trying to do, unless you bring in a Tibbs clone, or because there are some Tibbs guys out there. Tibbs is part of that whole thing. It's like, when you joke about football with the like old Giant coaches or old Patriot coaches, like there's all these people come down the line of the same lineage and they're all over the league, right? So, there's some players that are under the Popovich line. There's a lot of Popovich line coaches that are around the league, and Tibbs comes from that school too.
We talk about Tibbs type players. Ain't that everybody is like dream players, two-way players, players that play defense, players that can play offense? I mean, that's pretty much everybody, every coach's dream, really. We always say a Tibbs type player, Yeah, when we think of Tibbs, we think of defense, but that's what separates the great ones from the ones from the ones that do the both. That's what separates the players like my man from the Clippers. I'm having a senior moment, excuse me. Kawhi. That's the difference between Kawhi and Julius. They both score about 25 points a game, but what separates it? Kawhi plays excellent defense. He's a great defender. That's what separates him. But I give Tibbs a lot of credit, and you guys are right. We shouldn't be talking about firing him because he has done a good job and he's doing a good job. But if we assemble a squad that we think that should be getting the job done and they're not, then we have to be looking at why.
That's fair. I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot to me. This year has become even more of that. I said before we came into this season that a lot of people was going to be on the clock, right? And we've seen that has been very true. I thought I said coming into this year, Grimes was going to be on the clock. RJ was going to be on the clock. I said Tibbs was going to be on the clock. I said Randall was going to be on the clock because for different reasons. Grimes is on the clock because next year he's supposed to get paid. Like after next season, he's supposed to get paid. The Knicks have to know, is Grimes real enough that we can keep this guy being a part of the team? And I still don't know that, to be honest with you. I know Grimes has looked a little better lately in the past couple games. I don't know necessarily if the Knicks feel like they're ready to commit the money to him next year. They have him on the contract, so maybe they don't want to trade him right away because they still want to give a good opportunity to look at him to see if he can improve and get to that next level. So you can say, okay, this is who he is. We know who he is. He's with the team. We'll pay him the money. We don't know that yet. RJ had one of his worst seasons ever as a Knick last year, efficient-wise. And so the Knicks had to say, let's see what RJ is this year. And obviously, now we know that after that great start that he had, he came back down to earth, and it just was enough. The Knicks said enough is enough, and they to make the team better. So far, That was correct. And then Julius being on the clock, not because we didn't think Julius was going to have a good season. I thought Julius was going to have a great season. He started off bad, but then we found out he was still kind of hurt, still favoring that ankle. As soon as he was back to old Julius being healthy, look at the Julius numbers. He's been playing incredible. We don't care about the regular season. What we need to see is Julius going to be that guy in the playoffs? And let me see if I can find, I think Parrish Duggar asked a question about that. Shoot, I think I lost. There it is. He said, Ron, ask the chat on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do they trust Randall in playoff pressure? My vote is a 5. So I'm going to say this, and I guess I could take this off the screen. I'm going to say this, guys. I personally think that we should rock with Julius Randle. We should trust Julius Randle, because if you look at what he did in the Miami series, he had 3 good games. 2 of them were really decent games. The third one was a little iffy, but it was still a good game. And then he struggled, obviously, with the Cavs series. And he struggled in the other games against the Miami Heat. But the injury was fresher than he was playing hurt, right?
He hurt that ankle twice.
Right. Twice, right. He re-aggravated against Miami.
Yeah, Allen fell on him against the Clippers. Remember, he was going for that layup, and Allen fell on him.
You initially when it happened. Yeah. So I'm saying give Julius a chance to go into the playoffs healthy, and then we judge him. And I'll be the first to say I think Julius is going to play well going into the playoffs this year. I think he's going to redeem himself, and I think a lot of Knicks fans are going to be happy.
I think so too. I think he
but I will say
if false slack in that first series, because he was all we had, and all you had to do was game plan, stop Julius, and let everybody else try to beat him. And we had nobody else. I mean, come on, we had Reggie Bullock, and he was pretty much off, and we didn't have nobody to help him, so they just keyed in on him. The Hawks keyed in on him and took him out of his game, and that was it. That was a wrap. And last year he was hurt, but I mean, I think you can't stop Julius Randle. He don't get that credit that other players get. If Julius Randle is on his roll, he's a hard man to stop. He's about as unstoppable as anybody.
And we've seen it. We've seen it now that he's been going inside and playing from inside out. You see how dominant and how much of a pain he is for the opposing team. He's tough to guard. Shout out to Animal Lex. He said, I can't follow Randall as a leader for this team. Well, thankfully you don't really have to, because he's not the leader. Jalen Brunson is. He definitely has a big focus and a big role because of who he is out there in the court. But this team, the leader is Jalen Brunson. He's the guy that leads by example, and people are following him and respecting what he does out there. So thankfully we do have that in place. But will say one more thing about Julius. Like I said, I think he'll be great. I think he'll be fine in the playoffs this year. But if he doesn't, the Knicks will definitely trade Julius Randle after the season. If he has another poor showing, because this is a healthy Julius, no excuses. If he has a poor showing, he will get traded. The Knicks will move on. They will not be paying Julius $200+ million for a guy who has multiple times to show up in the playoffs.
And he's being a better teammate. He's being a better teammate than he ever has been.
Right. Once again, interacting. I expect him to show up. I expect him to play well. But just in case it didn't happen, that's what I think will happen. All right. So, yeah, man, guys, it's been a pleasure as always to chop it up with you fellas, man. You know how much I appreciate y'all and how y'all support the show and support me and everything we got going on. And I thank y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody who joined me today. Stafford Don, my guy Double A, Corey Lee in the building. Appreciate all you guys. Let me just get around real quick. Any final words, Corey?
Better effort tonight. That's all.
Better effort. Okay. And you guys are rocking tomorrow?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay. So, guys, once again, that's Corey Lee, 718 Boys, with my guy Boulevard on the Blorange Tears Network, Uncle Freezy. Please show them some love, man. Tomorrow, Sunday at 10 a.m., the 718 Boys. Double A, any final words, my brother?
Yeah, we need to start piling up some wins, man. Start separating ourselves from the pack. from the Clevelands and the Indianas, try to just secure that 3 and 4 spot. So we're battling, whoever for that third spot versus, trying to get in the top 6 spots, but we got to start winning the games that we should win, like that Dallas game. We got to get those victories, man. And people got to start looking at it that way.
Yeah, man.
I just
Yeah,
want to say,
yeah.
I just want to say one more thing. It's funny how every time we play Dallas, it's always some kind of adversity or some kind of issue, or when somebody shines and you just like, who the hell is this guy? Where'd he come from? You know what I'm saying? Last year was Luka, unfortunately, around this time, and we spit off that first little win streak. You know what I'm saying? Right after that, that's when I think RJ had that dislocated finger. So hopefully, what this said, we really pile up some victories, like Double A said, and and I think we're gonna go on a nice little run, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like it. I like it, man. Listen, I was gonna say this before. Not it just came back to me when you guys are saying something. First off, let me say shout out to the chat once again. Thank you guys. You've been great today. You held me down. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. I think we got 86 likes. We just had a little over 100 people in here. See, I don't know if there's people that are tuned in that haven't smashed the like button, but if you could just smash that like button, show your love for the show. Maybe we can get to 100 likes before the show's over. That would be great, and I really appreciate it. And listen, guys, I mean, I know some of y'all may not know what it looks like. It looks a little something like this. Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy? This season, y'all have been really good, man. For the most part, Knicks fans haven't been going crazy. Y'all haven't been going nuts. I haven't had to really do. I've only do it just to show you guys what it looks like. You guys have been so good. I haven't had to talk anybody off the ledge. This show is called Know the Ledge, and y'all know it. I haven't had to hit y'all with it. Well, Wiz, I did have to hit with this one.
See if I know the ledge.
Because Wiz was out the window with a take one day, but yes, but for the most part, everybody's been okay. Anyway, shout out to Paris Duggar. Yeah, right. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said, "Can't judge Julius on numbers; you judge his mental." That's a fact. That's 100%. You know what I mean? Like when Julius is right, we can rock with him. Sometimes he just kind of loses his way, but it is what it is. We'll be all right, man. Oh, what the hell was I gonna say? No, I don't want your Deuce prediction, Wiz. If he starts and plays more than 28 minutes, all right. I mean, listen, if you got one, you could say it. If he starts and plays more than 28 minutes, what are you predicting for Deuce, Wiz? Go ahead, tell us while you're over there sauteing your salmon with brown rice and vegetables or whatever you got going on. Shoot, you know what I mean? I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. It had something to do with the Knicks, and I just mentioned it, Corey, because you said something. Or what was the Double A that said something that trick? What was it? Oh man, damn it! I lost it. It's the Grays. See, this is where the Grays gets me, guys. Losing them thoughts. Them Grays are sapping my energy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No, I said something to the point of what was it? I alluded to the fact that last year we bounced back from a tough loss to Dallas last year in overtime, and Luka had 60.
Yeah, no, that's bad. I don't know what's going on with the whole Dallas thing. Yeah, that's not good. That wasn't it though. That wasn't what I was. What was I thinking of? It was not that. I lost it. It'll hit me probably, and maybe I'll bring it up on Monday night show. But hey guys, as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30 ish, ish. For Know the Ledge. I'm sorry, guys. Once again, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. But listen, as I said, I try to start the show at 11:30. But if I know that there's something I got to get to before the show starts, I'm gonna have to push it back a little bit because look, I'm rocking with you guys for 3 hours. Like once I get going, I know I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck. So I got to do what I got to do before I start this puppy. So please support the show and continue to watch us on Saturdays, Mondays at 9 p.m. for SKF weekly with myself and my guy John and my brother Jose holding it down on the ones and twos. Once again, this Monday, Morning Brew Sports is in the building. And then also, please show your love and support us on Thursday nights. This past Thursday, there was a Knicks game, so I didn't do the NBA portion of the show, the NBA wrap-up. I just did the wrap-up part, which was on the front stoop, a very, very talented artist. Her name is Zarina, and she is on her Instagram. It's Zarina Raps TV. So please check her out if y'all haven't already done so. I mean, she got bars. B. She grew up in Minnesota, but she's on the West Coast, and she got bars. Like she gives you that New York grit energy, and I think y'all be pleasantly surprised by the way she gets busy. So definitely check that out. I was just seeing if I had the I think I do. Hold on one second. Let me show a little love. It's taking a little while to process. No, that ain't even it. All right. Well, I don't have it. I thought I had the thumbnail for the show so that y'all can check it out if y'all haven't already checked it out. But you can just go type in the front stoop, type in the front stoop on YouTube, hip hop, and that'll lead you right to Sim's other channel, the front stoop, and you can check out the show if you're interested. But it was really dope. Okay. So the other thing I remember now what it was, Corey. Thank you to everybody for supporting the show. I appreciate y'all. I was just checking the numbers, and we've been picking up about the past three Saturdays. We've been picking up about 35 subscribers each Saturday, and we picked up another good amount today, and we are at 2,400 subscribers. So thank you guys. Appreciate all the love and support, man. Really thank y'all. So keep tuning in and supporting the show. It's definitely helping us out, man. Can't say enough. We're at 92 likes right now. We're 8 away, guys. 8 away. Is there anybody out there?
Why I ain't hit mine
like
yet?
Button?
I ain't hit mine yet.
Oh,
do
double
it on the
A.
way out. I'm a
Look
slam
at
it
double
on
A
the way
snitching
out.
on himself. There you go.
I'm a slam it on the way out. But I'm being truthful. And then I get my wife to
That's
hit
good. That's
it.
good.
She's a big fan of the show. Salute, Lisa. I'm shouting out my baby for 30 years.
Nah, I appreciate you,
we're
brother.
going on 31, bro.
You know who's always
Going on
guilty of
31.
not? Hey, man, we're getting there. You know who's always guilty of not hitting the like button? The content creator. The content creator. Facts. I don't be hitting my own likes. So I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
I do that to myself too. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, I can't believe
I gotta
didn't
lead
do
by
that.
example, man. I gotta lead by example. Okay,
No
let's
doubt.
see what. Oh, all right, hold on. Let's see what Wiz put. Wiz said Deuce starts 28 plus minutes, has 24 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, and 3. All right, hold on, Wiz.
Sure.
Thank you. Because you know what? Excuse
There
me.
we
I thought I
go. That's
wasn't
what
going
he
to be. See if I know the ledge. Thank you. You're right out the window with that take. He could get hot. Maybe put up 24 points tonight with no Jalen Brunson. So there's a chance.
But you told him you asked him for Deuce's stats, not Jalen Brunson's, right?
Right. Right. Like listen, I have seen Deuce have a Knicks game where I think he had
18 or 19. It was against Toronto.
No, but this was even
ago.
before that. I think he had a good amount of assists too. He got busy. So it could happen. That 3 dunks, you tripping. But all right, I'll take it. I like the aggressiveness. Go ahead, Wiz. Put it out there, buddy. That's your guy. So yeah. Yeah. For those who missed it, yes, Ron did a great old karate move, delay lip sync. Yeah, because it was Saturday. That Parrish got it. It was Saturdays. I wanted y'all to go back to your childhood, to them Saturday mornings, them afternoon karate flicks. That's why I was like doing the kung fu lip syncing. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all as always. I'm gonna do one quick last check to see if there's any more likes. 94 likes. I don't think we're gonna get 6 more, but at least not right now. After the show, people will probably hit that like button. But I thank you guys. Thank everybody for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Let's hope these New York Knicks do what they got to do.
Let's get a W. Let's get a W. Let's get a W, fellas.
Let's get that win, man. Let's do what we got to do. Start stacking up this. Let's go on the next win streak. Let's get it cracking. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one. Tune in Monday. We out of here.
Later.
Later.